Hello, everybody. Welcome back to MIRRORMOURN. Hope you had a good holiday break there. So we're back in action, and we're gonna do the best we can do to recap things because we haven't played for a little while. So we're gonna try to remember what exactly was going on, other than the party plans to return back to the dungeon levels that exist beneath the crumble, which I am entitling the Gauntlet. I think it actually has a name, like a name in the giant language. Anyhow, why don't you guys introduce your characters and we'll recap.
Hello, I'm Warsor and I play Walykos, the level 6 ranger, half elf.
I am Vince, and I play Vapor, the wild magic sorcerer.
I am Nick. I play Adriel Mantavel, the swashbuckling rogue.
And I'm Adam, and I'm playing Aygir, the Hobgoblin armor artificer, who is a half of a hair's breadth away from level 6.
Oh, that's right. We're all pretty close to level 6. Yeah.
Well, I just barely hit it because us were
Yeah.
awarded a
I
like
did,
half
but
milestone or something.
I didn't get a chance to talk to Esper with what I wanted to do with that level up. So
Right.
Yeah. I'm like 1.2, 1.5 away from level 6. So close.
I do. Okay, I recall that now. I also have consulted my notes, and indeed, that last area, the farthest that you've made it in that dungeon, is actually called the Gauntlet. The name that or the word in Giant that I wasn't remembering is Thrate, and Thrate is the name still that the Giants call their dwarven slaves, essentially the servants, workers, battle minions, because the Giants have long held the dwarven folk in their grasp. So
Yeah, I remember the gauntlet of Thraits being like a proving ground for the ones they actually want to use to fight for them.
yeah, there was this phrasing above the entrance of that gauntlet area that said, "Enter Thraits, seek ye the favor of the Balin in the final chamber. Glory and death await. Which shall ye attain?" So the crumble is the section of the city that received the worst and most amount of damage during the old war when the elves assaulted the city and eventually defeated the giants and freed the dwarves, sort of freed them. Definitely a better position, but still not great. And then that some of that got repaired and is like the big castle complex living area that we know today. But then adjacent that is varying degrees of ruins. And then you all, long many sessions back, found this tunnel that's kind of like this crevice, really, that got you down into this area that you claim for yourselves that we're referring to as the Arcane Sanctum. And then a layer beneath that is this. Sorry, not a layer beneath that. The other on the other side at the same level, but on the other side of that level is what we're calling the lava dungeon that had some kind of mishap, whether the giants deployed it or it was some kind of mishap that occurred due to structural damage and something getting triggered inadvertently. It has seething fire elemental power all throughout it. And there are these lifts, these like arcane lifts that you use these shard keys to activate them. There are two. You haven't taken the one that's to the west. You have taken the one that's to the east, and that leads you down to the Gauntlet.
Yep.
Wait, no, I've still spoken incorrectly.
I don't think
You've
we
actually
took
taken neither of the
elevators.
lifts. Yeah, you've
Yes.
taken neither of the lifts. But to the east it was the entrance into the Gauntlet.
Yes, beyond.
Okay.
But we decided not to,
Yeah,
because what we would have to do would be 2 people go, 1 person comes back, 2 people.
You only have 2 of the shard keys,
Yeah.
to activate the lifts. Okay, thank you everybody for bearing with our recapping here. You have spoken with the Duke of the city of Barnacle, of the main city of this campaign, and he was somewhat in the know about Bale Vonder and the true identity of the Night Stalker. And there's this larger looming threat of this one of the remaining giant Balin, which were the kind of giant lords of the island. One of the three didn't actually die, and he's been in hiding, trying to coordinate something. Walykos has some insight because he was actually at that layer getting trained for a while before refusing, getting cursed. Corgain Makel helped you leave, and then eventually you were able to cure the curse. So there's some plot that's brewing underground, and the Night Stalker was...
Hang on a second. I just want to clarify something. Where was it that was being trained, that you said? Was that in the
layer
Crumble?
of Belvander.
Okay, but that's somewhere else, not here.
Mm-hmm. It's, you know, it's to the west. You don't know exactly where, but to
That's
the west, there are some kind of wild lands and like orc lands, kind of a savage region. And
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't where we were going, because that would be like, wait, why didn't I mention this before?
No,
yeah,
not that you know of. I mean, you traveled for several days after leaving that layer before you got back to Barnacle.
Yeah, assuming the lifts aren't like instant teleporters or something weird.
Yeah,
exactly.
where we're going now has iconography all over the place of all three, Balvander, Eldor, and Andakar, but we don't have any indication that any of them are actually like we're even necessarily there, so much as we're venerated there because they were in charge of the whole place.
Well, it seems like they used to be there, but there's no indication that they are there currently. And if the stories are correct, Baal Endur and Baal Andakar died. It seems pretty proven. Like there were eyewitnesses and elven knights that slew them, and so no one has any reason to doubt that those two did die. Vonder, his death was never confirmed. They never found a body. There's no one that's like, I met him in singular combat and defeated him. It was kind of the place he was at got destroyed, so maybe he died in the collapse. But seems like not.
Definitely not. Let's get into it. Let's
get into it. Vapor has spoken to Connor Spindle. You've given that painting with teleportation or portal-like properties over to House Mantavale for them to study it.
Yes, specifically the Master Ritual / I think his
Sorry, I missed that. What did we give? Oh, the map. That's right. Yeah.
The painting.
Yeah. I just kind of Spindle. I don't know. Back then, I just had a thing where I didn't want to leave it with him, and now I'm okay with leaving it with this guy. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
At least we're in the same city.
You have House Mantavale, which is Adriel's house.
You have but little faith, Walykos.
I mean, if nothing else, at least we can easily get to them. Yeah.
No, indeed.
So you had different feelings and thoughts when you were Walykos the Gray, and now that you're Walykos the White, you reevaluate stuff.
It's not too far from the truth, but Crispin Hollows was the other one. Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways,
House Wizard of Mantavale.
We told the Lord last time. We had a meeting with the Lord, and we basically confirmed that Balvander was behind all this, and we kind of gave him that information. And then we told him that we would be going to look into that. I think I can't remember if he gave us any directions. I think we're just do what we want right now, if I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the main thrust at the moment is we need to figure out where this gauntlet leads. This might give us some clues as to the giant lords, the Balin, what the current plot might be. There's some connection or some relic or some detail.
If nothing else, this will prepare us more. We need tools to use in our fight.
Yeah, there could be weapons down there. There could be, who knows where these lifts lead. There could be all kind of.
There could be a diary that just gives us, what the game plan was. If the elves ever take over, I will bide my time for 100 years and then come back.
And when I do, I will be unstoppable, for I will have attained all the powers of the great giants of old. I just hope that nobody cuts my right big toe, because that's my one weakness.
Yeah. It's always...
Sure it's not the power of Grayskull?
Well, anyways,
all right, so if you all are prepared, we can head back there to the Gauntlet.
I'm leveled up. Vapor, did you want to do anything real quick?
I think I'll just put it into level of sorcery, because what I wanted to do can wait. down the line.
Was it
Okay.
something specific from Esper's new book or something?
No,
Like an
because I'm
archetype?
not sure if I'd have to look through like all his updates and stuff exactly if I could do it.
Okay. Why don't you go up to level 6 now, because you've attained the
Yeah.
sufficient milestones for it, and then maybe the next level you can do this interesting
Whatever
custom thing, or
Yeah.
there is still this secondary plot of going westward to the Cloud Steppe, which is where Aygir is from, and then a little farther than that where Vapor is from. And Vapor promised a weapon to Adriel, a magic weapon. So
Yeah,
and maybe it could relate to that phase.
That's right, Vapor. I still waiting for my magic weapon.
Adriel's not going to forget that.
that was a pretty good deal. Anyways, yeah.
All
So
right, Vapor.
we're back.
Level 6. What are you looking at?
I would have to figure out what spell I'm going to pick up.
Well, you do that. Let's move forward into the actual dungeon.
Yep, I'm fine by that. I mean,
and
your
then-
new, if you want to wait on your new spell till like a moment comes where like Vapor manifests something that relates to what's happening in the
Yeah, I'll
storyline
do
or
that.
whatnot.
That'll give me time to do it. And we did pick up 4 of the those leaves or whatever they were. Vapor. The last one that he held on to, he's actually going to use to try to grow more.
The frog's tridents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
frog trident.
That's right, the frog's trident. Okay.
Yep.
So you want
He gave one
to
to Kana Spindle.
the one that you still have yourself.
Oh no, wait, he gave 2 to Kana Spindle.
No, you gave one to Kind of Spindle. You sent one home.
Sent one to your mother.
So then I would have 2 because we picked 4.
Okay, then maybe
I think you got 3.
Yeah,
I thought
thought
I think you said one to your mother, gave one to Connus, and kept one.
I
Okay, so
remember
then
that
I
you
must
gave
have
most
3.
of them away, and I was surprised. I'm like, well, what are you going to actually use it for?
Yes. Okay. Then I must have only picked 3. I thought I picked 4. So yeah, the last one he's going to try to cultivate to grow more with. Thinking long-term games here.
All right. So at your current dwelling, which you won't maybe stay there for too long because the Duke has offered you and Aygir your own plot. But anyways, at your home for the time being, you do a planting of this fungus, trying to see if you can get more of it to grow. You know that it grows in dark, moist, like cavern type environments, and you found it growing on a kind of rock. Just in your kind of general assessment, from what you have available materials at your home, you think it's going to be quite challenging to try to grow it. Do you want to give it? Do you want to give it a try?
That underground base that he could set it up in. So he's going to try setting it up there.
You want to try it at the Arcane Sanctum?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
can just
let's
really
say that
quickly
your
jump
party
in
has
on that.
reconvened at the Arcane Sanctum.
I think Aygir probably, if Vapor mentioned that, might. He's in addition to all the other things, he is a bit of the sentimental sort. So I think maybe he would help you build some little planters in the actual tomb chamber where we fought the Balai and lost our initial comrades,
Okay.
D'Amico and Elwyn. Just to have something nice growing by the grave monument that he's slowly building in there.
So he
All
can
right, yeah.
defile his friends' graves. We can't.
All right. It's decoration. What are you talking
Of course.
All right. So the 4 of you at the Arcane Sanctum, Aygir and Vapor, are setting up a potted container of some kind, and Vapor is going to try to cultivate more of the frogstone.
If you're going to plant that, then what are you going to use to resist the heat when we go into the Gauntlet? There's that flame jet, that hallway. I thought the whole reason why you got this was so that you could use it to try to...
was to remove the permanent effect that I have of the flames.
Or
Which
at
I'm
the
working with
very least, mitigate it for a short period of time and then get more of it.
Well, Connus is working on something because Connus actually is proficient with alchemy.
Yeah.
And this elixir is beyond Vapor's skill. Vapor
Potion
could
of fire resist.
yeah, he could try to make a potion of fire resistance. It's a simpler, less expensive, less cryptic, esoteric thing.
That's
but it
what
would
I
use
honestly,
it would use up your
All right,
one.
so I'm gonna roll a wisdom just to see if Walykos' words would persuade him.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, he would try to make a would. All right. Well,
think of it this
Walykos,
way. I know that you want to plant your seeds, but it's more important that you survive long enough for Canis to come up with the permanent solution by a temporary solution now. And we can always go and get more of this frog's trident at the caves. If we need to, we'll find more of it. But
now, Walykos, I think you said seeds. I don't think that frog's tridents have seeds. They're more of
shut up,
spores. They're fungus.
Aygir. He does make a good point.
Yeah.
Very well. You do make a good point, Walykos.
I'd
It
rather
would be
you
better to
have
thrive
it than,
now to get that permanent fix.
Yeah, I'd rather you have some when the heat gets turned on, a way to negate this burning up. And if that doesn't, pan out, we'll get more.
All right. So I guess he will turn it into a fire resistant potion. Fire resistance.
So this is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but probably nothing insurmountable.
Anyone
you,
aid?
Vapor and Aygir, you were starting to get preparations at the memorial, it's kind of a grave site, really. And Walykos gives his opinion, his words of wisdom. Vapor takes to it and decides, okay, yeah, I probably need some protection against fire now. So you take your portion of Frog's Trident to the actual workshop laboratory part of your sanctum here, and you get out some different supplies and ingredients and such, and your herbalism kit. So I would like you to make a herbalism kit check.
Is there any secondary checks that could aid him? Nature, medicine, just a secondary, something to give him a +1, +2, whatever,
Well, before we do that, Vapor, are you using intelligence for this?
Well, any which one I would use would be a 0 modifier.
Okay, seems like intelligence. You're mixing the ingredients, and it's alchemical, almost scientific kind of process. Seems to make sense to me. Okay, so Walykos, what do you think you would have that would aid him?
I think, I'm trained in medicine and nature. I might be able to help him at least prepare the portions, measuring it out. It's very exacting creating a potion. You have to measure exact amounts and heat them, certain ways. So I'm not trained in herbalism, but I might be able to give him just aid so he can focus on what he needs to do. I will say, here's half a pound of this. Here's the magnesium, whatever you need. The fire is ready. The water is boiling, things like that. Medicine was what I was thinking, but yeah.
So if you want to make a medicine check, let's see if you can maybe grant him advantage, give him an aid.
Very well. That is a 27.
Oh, nice. That will definitely help.
Okay, so Walykos's help is quite useful. And Vapor, you can make your herbalism check with advantage.
19.
Okay. You find that the brewing of this potion of fire resistance is actually not that difficult. It was sort of an easy challenge for you. The main thing was just finding that frog's trident. So you and Walykos get it brewed up. Doesn't take an incredibly long amount of time. You spend maybe a couple hours doing that. And there you have it, this vial, and you drink it and you'll have 1 hour of resistance to fire. Well, in your case, it would negate your vulnerability. So you would just have a baseline.
1 hour, I'm just basic.
You're like all of us.
Yeah.
And just to confirm, Esper, he can't then again get double fire resistance to then be resistant on top of that. They can only neutralize each other. Correct.
It wouldn't stack. Yeah.
I just wanted to confirm that in case we had like an absorb element power or something like that.
Kana Spindle is working on an elixir, which is something more advanced, and he's also having to add in additional alchemical reagents of his own, so it's a more expensive thing. And depending upon how good his alchemy check goes, his elixir could have kind of a spectrum of benefits, going from slightly beneficial to like ideal. So you have that, and I think that's going to be helpful for you, Vapor.
Yeah.
So are you all heading back to the Gauntlet now?
Yes.
Yep. Several water skins filled with water still.
Yep.
Sure.
While they were doing that, though, Aygir would have been doing what he was doing down there initially, which is just still studying that hammer that we found, or that we took off of the servants of Baal Vondor outside.
Sure. The unfinished maul, right, with the storm pattern on it.
He's been studying that, and just because it's not really the kind of weapon that he himself would use, or that any of us really use, so he's been just seeing if there's some way he could like convert or retrofit it into a single-handed weapon, or if somehow the enchantment could be transferred, or it's a long-term process. He'll figure it out eventually.
If you could put that on a different weapon, that might be useful.
Yeah. So Aygir, you're looking at that, and all of these different ideas and theories are, possible, right? They're all possibilities. And especially with an artificer, you know a lot about tinkering. So we'll say that Aygir started that process, and then when we come to another opportune moment, if you decide which one of those options you want to pursue, let me know.
Let's do it after the Gauntlet. Onward.
So you all head south from your Arcane Sanctum, and you return to what we're calling the lava dungeon, a pretty structurally damaged, partially ruined area, seething with elemental fire. You have neutralized a number of the threats here. There's the lift to the west, which you haven't messed with. And then to the east, there's this chamber that has a lift that you haven't messed with, and this archway with stairs going down into the Gauntlet area. And you pass under the inscription. That was the word I was trying to think of. The inscription that is, on the one hand, pretty foreboding, but on the other hand, kind of has this promise of maybe you could become something more, right? A soldier or a warrior, or who knows? Maybe you'll find out. The first actual dungeon chamber, you all remember, it has a big bronze disc in the middle, and when you enter in, there's a slab that comes down, and this panel illuminates. And I think it's probably safe to say you all remember which icons to select. It wasn't that long ago that you were here. A couple of you, particularly Aygir, are pretty intelligent people, and that usually relates to remembering things. So you select
is it cup coin baby swan or something like that?
You select
we wrote it down, but
the wheat symbol relating to the harvesters, the chalice relating to the communion, the spider relating to the weavers, and the wand relating to the miraculous. And that opens up the puzzle chamber. And I will pull up the map, and you all will remember, Walykos was even talking about it, that there is this
Hall of Fire.
Yeah, there's a long corridor.
It's like 100 feet or something.
Something like that. It's pretty far.
It was a long run. Like, you couldn't do it. Even like a rogue with bonus action dashing would have trouble getting all the way through.
120 feet long in total.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a door here, which is, I believe it's actually a heavy iron thing.
And there was
it is an iron door, and there is darkness. Someone had dispelled it previously. It's back now.
Yeah.
And
but we know it's like a dragon head, right?
Yeah, there's like an obsidian dragon. It's made of iron, but it's in the shape of an obsidian dragon. And it breathes this
fire.
Line of fire, this 120-foot line of fire that's painful.
So all coming back. All right. So how are we gonna do this?
Yeah, giants love to build giant heads of things that spew out elemental stuff.
Yep, you're seeing quite a bit of that down here.
Esper, I'd like to look around before entering the hallway. Is there anything around the doorway here that might be a bypass, or even down the hallway a short ways? You'd think that they'd want some way to go through this without necessarily hitting the fire, but maybe not. Like, sure, you could just brute force it, but maybe there's a clever way. Maybe there's like a secret side passage where you can like run into and avoid the fire.
Okay. So you are looking around. Sounds like you're doing an investigation check in the immediate chamber that you're in.
If that's what it is. I was hoping for perception, but I understand if it's investigation.
Oh, well, you can do perception if you want.
I would prefer perception. That's what
I'm actually thinking about doing a video that talks about the difference between perception and investigation, because they do have a bit of overlap.
Yeah. I get where investigation's better for clues and like deduction. It makes sense, but perception is what I would like to use.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah. Maybe you can see something that's like a detail that catches your eye, even if you don't know exactly what it does.
Well, there's the nat 20. All right. 31.
Walykos. You look about the door, the floor, the walls, the ceiling. You look all about you in this chamber, and you see various scenes in bas relief upon the wall faces. Nothing seems like it moves. Nothing seems like it's a part that is a separate, depressible portion.
Mm-hmm.
You get the sense that your efforts are in vain.
So that nat 20 get me nothing. Not even in the hall, though. Like if I look down the hall,
sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah. So if I look down the hall, there's nothing that would allow you to avoid the flames on the sides.
You notice indications of people being charred severely, burn marks down the corridor.
All right, so Aygir,
who knows how many dwarves met their doom going down this?
Aygir's going to look down the hallway at the door specifically and see if perhaps the door shows evidence of it being burned or having had fire thrown against it, implying that maybe you just need to run down the hall really fast and open the door to block the flame.
Maybe.
Very well.
Or maybe there's a way to like...
Is that a particular kind of check?
Oh, perception.
I mean, to be fair, like there might not be like a perfect way of getting past it, because if this was built for fire giants, I mean, they don't need to have
for doors.
a way of...
Yeah,
right.
True. Yeah.
So here's my thought, though. What if there's a cooldown? What if we could trigger it?
True.
And then we all run during the cooldown.
I think we should have vapor trigger it.
I have a 16 on that, so I'm not as perceptive, but I'm looking at a different thing.
16. Okay. Aygir, 16. Well, the door clearly has seen its fair share of fire streaking along it, at least licking at its surface. You see no indication that it's been blasted open with fire, if that's what you're asking
well, so
for.
Like it looks like the fire
with a 16, you're probably not going to make out very, very fine details from this distance, but there's no big obvious things.
Okay, so it's not like I can clearly tell that the fire has been shooting across it sideways versus like exploding against it.
It does seem like licking across its surface from the stream of fire going past it.
Here's a question.
You notice there is a keyhole in the face of the door.
So, well, I have a question after. Do you have anything to say to that, Aygir?
As a player, I think your idea of triggering it and waiting for a cooldown makes the most sense. But also, it sounds like we need a key now to open it.
Possibly. And so here's my thought. I played. I know Esper, you played Shadowgate, and so have I.
I'm
If we
a
had
big early influence of mine.
Yes. Do you remember that room with the dragon?
Of course.
Of course.
It's
Well,
inspiration for this.
oh, I know. I just thought of that too. We need
Can you
a
hear the music
shield.
in your head?
Yeah, I can.
Ding, 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 ding.
We need to do like a play along of that at some point. That'll be fun.
That'd be great.
Anyways, we need a shield. If we can make something that covers most of us, it will provide us cover as we charge down this hallway. If it is a cooldown, the shield might give us enough, of a chance to block the flame, get down there, and maybe the key is either in the dragon's mouth or maybe we can just pick the lock. I know I look towards Adriel. I'm like, I'm sure you have your thieves' tools, yeah?
Oh, of course, Walykos. I never leave without them.
So my suggestion is let's get something to use as like a big tower shield or like even just a giant piece of rock from, back in the way that we can. If we could push that along or find a way to make it move, we could take cover behind that and the flames might,
You don't think we need to make something?
I'm saying we don't.
Some sort of artificial construction that might help us here. Something.
Yes, Aygir. Yeah, if you want to make something, I'm just saying we don't have to play by the rules that the dwarves did. We can do whatever we want. We should think outside the box to beat this.
Right. My first thought was that Aygir, his armor helps him resist fire, so he could run down there.
Why haven't you given that to Vapor?
Because it's his armor. It's like
put it on Vapor.
It won't fit. It's all finely crafted and molded to me. It won't fit him.
Yeah, sure.
It's like Aygir's second skin.
Yeah, make Vapor his own.
It wouldn't help it anyway.
Anyway,
his problem is with him specifically.
Yeah, sure. Here's my thought. So we need wheels or something along the bottom that makes it slide. Like if we had grease on the ground or something and we had a smooth enough, rock, we could push it along that. If the rock was big enough, we just push that sucker, all the way down the hallway, and then we can get to the door.
I mean, it might be more simple than that. We could just
mantle it or what?
Yeah, well, it needs to be fire resistant, obviously. So
rock or metal would be metal's not as great because it'll heat up, but rock.
Affix some handle to it to hold it.
How big is that brass disc in the room?
There we go.
Mm-hmm. That would be the diameter of it is about 7 feet. And it's completely disc shaped. Oh, the hallway's about 5 feet, and then height wise, maybe 8 feet high ceiling.
So you're saying the disc probably won't fit?
It would fit if it got turned at an angle. It's not too tall, but it's too wide to go completely perpendicular, right?
If we put it in, though,
I mean, that's good. It blocks most of the space.
At this kind of angle,
it does seem like it would be some kind of block, not a full block, but it would be something. It block out the big middle portion.
And if it's on a cooldown, because let's be honest, if it's continuous, then we'll just back out and think again. But if it's it needs time to recharge like the other ones did.
Yeah, so we can roll the disc along and then turn it, and then roll it along and then turn it.
I like it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Why don't you devise some way to put it on a movable wheel sort of base that won't,
Vapor walks over to it and starts looking to see how he can disable it, because he's already got an idea for him.
The disc itself is currently held in a base, in a stationary base. So it's pretty heavy, but it could be lifted out of the base.
It itself is its own wheel. Mm-hmm. Why do we need wheels?
Okay, that's
already a disc.
Sure.
So then the question is, can Vapor cast levitate specifically to levitate that disc? Nothing else.
What are the limitations on levitate?
Yeah, let's take a look. Creature or a loose object levitate a target that weighs up to 500 pounds.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
500
sure.
pounds.
I'd say it's within 500 pounds. I'm sure it's definitely heavier than a person, but I don't see it being more than 500 pounds.
Yeah, that's a good amount. So if you levitate it, that gets rid of its,
So then
drag.
Vapor will.
You could
So
be
then-
levitating
then
just
the-
like, a quarter inch off the ground or
Exactly.
whatever, just a minimal amount off the ground and someone push it forward.
Okay, so without saying anything to anybody else, Vapor walks over to it, is looking. Is it loose?
More or less. It's not locked into the base. It's, it's like snug in the
Okay, then he's casting
slots.
Levitate on it.
It's loose enough. Yeah. Okay, cool. You have now a big 7-foot diameter
And he
bronze
starts
disc.
moving it into the hallway. Without saying anything to anybody else, this is what he's doing.
Okay, cool. I will step aside, let you do that. But
Adriel kind of
Vapor-
looks at everyone.
why don't you let someone less, flammable push it? What you provide the spell.
No, Walykos. It was his idea. I think we should let him do it himself.
I mean, technically, it was my idea, Adriel. But
since you asked so nice,
It is his magic though.
yeah. What's that?
Okay,
Aygir?
so this is
Vapor behind
this
me.
is the best that map tool will let me do, and I think it's fine. So just remember that you've got it at an angle. It's not perfectly perpendicular.
Yeah.
So it's taken up kind of like this, maybe something like that in its space. I'll put it here, and okay, here we go.
And Aygir volunteers to push it since he's fire
So before
resistant.
going, Vapor pops the cork on his new potion and downs it.
Yeah. Adriel will actually go behind with Aygir because he's probably going to be the one who unlocks the door. So Adriel will get in behind.
Oh,
Oh no, I'll be right behind Aygir. So that
Right behind Aygir.
Yeah,
yeah,
so I can
just
be
put
close.
me like that. That's fine.
That's good.
We shouldn't all go. I can move it. At least keep concentration on the spell 60 feet. Aygir.
Well, I have to
55
go at
feet,
least.
and we'll see if this thing's on a
Yeah,
timer, if it's constant.
I say let Aygir push it forward, and then we'll follow at a distance. That way, even if a little bit gets past it, it probably will not go the entire hallway once it hits an object.
Yeah.
Excellent. So you all proceed in like this with Aygir pushing the disc, Vapor concentrating on levitating the disc, and
we stagger out after we get into the hallway. Just so
Also,
you know,
since it's levitated, he's pushing the disc very kind of carefully with maybe his knuckles, making it as little contact as possible, so that if it does get hot, he can pull his hands away immediately.
Fair.
okay, yeah, that sounds like a good tactic to
Is
use.
brass or bronze? Is it brass or bronze? Either way, it's
Bronze.
thermally conductive.
Yeah, bronze. That's you got to be careful on that.
Okay. All right, so you all move down the hallway like such in the aforementioned way that we have described it. Did someone say that they moved out of this adjacent order?
the idea is to stagger Vapor further back with me.
He's got to be at least within 60 feet, so he's staying no more than 60 feet behind.
But I mean, you could give 30 feet or so, that way, if it does heat up in the front, you won't be directly, in the heat zone.
Okay. So Vapor staggers back. When you all get to this point, just like last time, you hear a sound like a guttural growling and something kicking on. All of you roll for initiative now.
Oh.
It might just be to track what actions are taken in what order.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got that.
15 for me.
Ooh.
8.
16 for Vapor.
Well, Walykos, at least you're not going last because I got a 4.
Okay. I mean, it might be a good thing that you're going. Well, don't know.
Well, bat and clean up, as it were. We'll see.
Yeah, let's see.
Right. So we're just going to get right into seeing how well your experiment worked right off the bat. As the first initiative count to come up is the trap. There is a blazing sound and a scorching line of fire blazes down the hallway. It largely is blasting into the disc that's stopping some of the fire, but other parts of it still come through the upper right, left, bottom right, left, where the gaps that it can go through.
Oh, yeah.
Fire blazes through.
Yeah.
I would like Aygir. I'd like everybody to make the deck save. We're gonna do this one at a time to stay organized, please. I will grant all of you 3/4 cover. That's +5 to your dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's okay. It's a deck save, you said?
Yeah.
Indeed. All right,
And I get
so
+5.
Okay,
Aygir.
from front to back. Yeah. All right. That's 5 on it. That's going to be pretty decent. That's a 21.
That is a success. You take half
That'd be
damage,
pretty decent.
and the fire damage is actually reduced as much of the fire is blocked off. You take 3 points of fire damage.
That's-
Adriel.
Well, and then I resist
actually-
that, so it's actually only 1.
1. Okay, 1.
Nice.
I actually
Good
only got a
ideas.
16.
I only got
you have succeeded.
I
What's
also
that,
only
Walykos?
got a 16. That's
I mean,
fine.
I rolled a 3 on my dice.
I rolled a 5 on mine.
Okay, so Adriel, you have a 16 deck save.
Yes.
That's exactly what you needed.
Nice.
You have evasion yet? Do you have that yet?
No, I
He's
get that at
not
level
quite-
7.
Okay.
Yeah. he's
So
not
you
out
take
there.
3 fire, and then
Awesome.
Walykos, then you take 3. We know that.
Yep,
And
got
Vapor,
it.
go ahead and make your deck save.
Unfortunately, he failed.
All right, you take 6 fire, Vapor.
Okay, and I need
You're
to roll
burned,
+2
but
check.
of the various burns you have received, that's probably not the worst of them.
And at least you don't have to worry about like the vulnerability anymore.
Oh yes, concentration. What do you have?
I rolled a 12, so I believe I
That's good.
passed.
Right.
Yeah.
That passes. Yep.
10's good.
Maintain your focus on your levitate.
Yep.
Uh,
10
Vapor.
or half, whichever's higher.
Vapor, it is your turn.
Just going to keep concentrating, and pretty much is going to be moving forward, but if possible, be moving forward with everybody else.
Okay.
So
if you want, you can move, and then you can ready a dash.
yeah, that'd be probably the best way to do
Okay.
it.
Sounds good. Adriel?
I'm not gonna run past, so I guess I'll just like is it possible to like move after everyone else? And
You
then-
ready in a dash?
You want to
like
ready
you
the
were-
dash
guess-
too?
I don't know if I should ready like a lock. How far away is it? Like I don't know if I should ready like a lock picking action. Like I don't know how this would work.
No. You just basically we're not
Yeah,
gonna
I guess
get
I'll just-
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I just ready dash then. Yeah, just in
Okay.
case.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Walykos, is it the same for you?
Yeah. Ready a dash seems
right.
like the move.
All right. So Aygir, you are full steam ahead.
Right,
As-
I'm going
as
to not
best I
ready a
can
dash.
tell.
I'm just going to dash, and then they can all dash when I dash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We're just
Yeah,
following.
everyone is just moving ahead together.
Yeah.
Okay. So
How
let's
far do we get?
Let's do this.
Is the disc like hot or burning or melting or anything weird?
I mean, probably not, but we'll see.
I'm sure that it's starting to heat up, but it's not melting.
Well, good thing Aygir's pushing it and not me.
Okay, so everyone moves ahead 30 feet. Technically, Aygir still has an action.
Am I close enough to interact with the door at all?
Oh wait, quick
Sure, you can get to part of it, like you can see the keyhole.
Why don't
quick-
you?
Yeah, I'm going to
quick question.
look at the
Quick
keyhole.
question. Quick question. We dashed, right? Didn't we get more than 30 feet?
Well, we can only go up to where the disc is, unless you want to go
Right.
into the fire.
You could go
Oh.
further if you want, Adriel. You could be on the same space as Aygir. It kind of would be a little cramped if you did that.
Yeah, that's kind of what
Um,
I'm thinking because I'm gonna need to unlock it. I'm gonna have to lockpick it. So
Sure. Or
Yeah.
Aygir could just push the disc further with his actual action.
well, that's what I was.
True.
That's what I was
Yeah,
asking
actually,
about. Yeah.
Why don't I? How far can I get it? If I use my action to do that.
You could get it all the way up to the
Yeah.
into the darkness, up to the head of
Then,
the
yeah,
Iron Dragon head.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
just
what I was
block
asking
the
about
entire
because it's
way.
like
Yeah.
I need to be in the position of the door. Yeah.
Okay. So You've moved like 15 feet. So whatever's left of your dash, you can still use if you so decide. You push the disc until it hits against something solid there in the darkness.
And I guess I used my action, but am I able to see around it a little bit?
It's dark. Magical dark.
Oh, it's a magical darkness effect.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So at the gaps, the gaps of the disc, you do see the magical darkness beyond. It's probably like it's beyond that now. So it's like your hands are in the darkness, but you can just pull them out, and you felt the disc hit up against something solid.
Just let things go. Let's move to the unlocking the door, Aygir. Unless you have something that you want to particularly.
No, I
move
already
to.
ended my turn.
Okay,
cool.
The fire blasts again. It's going to be the same scenario as what happened last time. Aygir, go ahead and make your deck save.
All right, I succeeded last time, so watch me fail. But actually, with a +5 plus my +2, that's even better. That's 22.
Okay, it's 9, which reduces to 4, and your resistance reduces it to a mere 2 points of fire damage. Adriel, deck save.
Deck save with the +5 still.
Yeah.
Yes.
Natural 20, 28.
Okay, so
Or
you
30 or 30, 33.
You definitely succeed. You take a mere 4 points of fire damage. Walykos is next in line there.
19.
All right,
That's the
4 for
highest
you.
roll I've had in a
And
very long
Vapor.
time.
Nope. Vapor is not good with decks.
Vapor, you're cooked for 9 points of fire damage.
You'd probably be
it
like
hurts. It hurts, but it does not hurt nearly as bad as you
Yeah,
felt before.
And I need to do the Constitution. Constitution is good.
Okay. Well done. It is Vapor's turn. You all have a direct look at this door. Everything's illuminated down here. They've got some kind of magical permanent illumination effect down here. It's a door made out of iron. Looks quite solid. It's got a little grasp, little kind of like handle or bar thing you can grasp. It has a keyhole set into it. Streaks of fire across it, singes or whatever.
Could just rate a dash after, assuming that Adriel opens it.
Yeah, I think he's just going to take the dodge action.
Okay.
It's an option. Yeah.
Not bad. Adriel,
you
ready for this?
Picking. Yeah, I hope I succeed.
Well, if you don't, then we're gonna take another 4 damage or something.
So I have a few chances here.
Adriel produces his thieves' tools.
Mm-hmm. So this would just be like dex with proficiency, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Normal roll. Okay, yeah, that's a 27. Rolled very well.
You have foiled the lock.
All right, everyone. I think I got it. This one actually wasn't that difficult. These giants don't know what they're doing when it comes to locks.
Well, then go in. Hurry up.
Yeah. No, just gloating a bit, and I will. I'll open it up, and I'm not gonna immediately go in. I'm gonna look in first before I just dive in, because I don't know. There might be more traps. Just kind of peer in. Do I see anything? Is there anything happening? Things like that.
Like that you're checking for traps while the flames are growing in the dragon's mouth.
It's much better taking 4 damage and a little singe than jumping into a pit full of spikes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Adriel, you see a corridor running eastward, and then it seems to head back down to the south.
All right, I will.
There is one obvious thing that you see. It's a marking, I would call it, of right here. It looks like a hand, like a gauntlet. I don't know if y'all can see me here, but like a gauntlet's palm, like that. It's right here, right
on the
here
far
on
wall.
it's like a bas relief on the wall right there.
Okay.
All right. I will gingerly step in.
There. That's good enough. All right, you step in and gingerly so.
Yeah, very careful.
Yes. All right. And How far do you want to go?
I'll go. Let me think here. I'm just gonna go like just about 10 feet in, just where like I'm like out of the range of like the flames, but still giving people enough room to like kind of get themselves in as well. I don't want to go too far without my group behind me.
Very well. Let's go to Walykos.
I go in after seeing Adriel go in. Put me. I'm gonna leave room for someone, there at the back. So put me in front of him, and
All right.
I would
all
like
right,
to use my. I'd like to use my perception as an active looking.
All right, Walykos,
sure,
we need to
yeah.
close the door now and bar it so that they can't get it.
Oh, such a kidder, Adriel. Although I know that you're not actually joking.
Yeah, like well, I'm not joking for one of them.
Yeah. 27 on perception.
Okay.
And I of course assume that I notice the handprint, but
Yep, you do.
Tell me what.
Yep. Everything is quiet down here. It's warm. It's a little warmer, not stifling, but there's definitely some heat coming from ahead. The palm of that gauntlet hand does have a look that it's slightly raised, or it's like a separate chunk that could be pushed in.
Mm-hmm. Got it. How far did I move from where I was? Just out of
30
curiosity. I have a speed of 35. Put me 5 more feet forward. All right. Good enough.
And
I'll create 2 gaps for the other 2.
And Aygir.
Okay. I mean, yeah, he'll just move into there and maybe look at the hand a little more. The bas relief of the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Is it in a particular attitude or posture? Like, is it an outstretched hand or a fist, or like in benediction, or giving us the finger?
It's a palm like this here. I know
Okay.
that's hard to see. Just like a gauntlet palm like that.
So as if to say stop, or
Sure, could be like a halt motion.
or like an open hand.
Or it could just be press here to activate.
Could be. Did you try that?
No, I didn't have enough movement.
Oh, okay. Oh, do I?
Probably not.
I've moved you 30 feet.
Okay. Oh, I see. And I'm where Walykos is. So, yep. All right. Then
Can move up to the corner and peek around.
yeah,
Unless
Yeah.
that triggers the trap hallway.
he'll be very careful and hug that bottom wall there, but he'll move up and look around.
Gets us more info. I think it's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
so
just trying to
there's
think if
15
there was
feet-
any other discernible feature I could try and inspect, but that's better.
There's 15 feet. You move to there and you peer in, and you see like a large, long, rectangular shaped room.
There is a big room ahead. I don't know what's in it. I say, can I see anything in particular in it?
There's nothing obvious. There's no real iconography, no more bas reliefs. Again, the place is illuminated, so you can see well. It's not dim. It seems to be stairs going down right there at the end. You can just kind of get a bit of a glimpse of that.
It's a big, long room, and there are stairs.
Don't touch anything until Vapor gets here.
What
The
do you take me for?
architecture has a certain, it's not just plain basic walls with no style to them. It has giant like stylizations and buttress parts and various supports and different grooves, but there's nothing that you would consider to be artwork, friezes, bas reliefs, statues, nothing of that sort.
Do you
Can
take me
Vapor
for
get
a
in?
fool, Walykos? No, I'm not going to touch anything.
I don't take you for a fool, but I take you for someone that likes to try things sometimes.
Aygir gesticulates back at him by way of answer. Do the stairs go up or down?
Down.
Okay. All right, that's my turn.
Vapor.
And the fire.
Wait, did Vapor not get a
Activates.
turn?
I go after the flames.
Vapor goes immediately after the flames.
I took the dodge action.
Vapor, make a dexterity saving throw with advantage for
With
dodge
advantage, yeah.
and +5 for 3/4 cover.
Should have taken the ready dash.
$21.
That's
That is a success. It's 8 damage reduced to 4 fire.
All right. And then with that, he's going to run into the room.
Yep.
Okay. 30 feet gets you side by side with Adriel. I guess you have 40 feet with those. You're wearing the boots of striding and springing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Side by side with Walykos.
Perfect. I look at him. I'm like, gotta be quicker, Vapor. Look at all those burns.
You still have your action, Vapor.
So he's going to drop concentration on that levitate because there's no point
right.
in keeping it.
You drop the concentration and you hear a ding, bing, ding, 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 of the disc falling.
He's going to look at Aygir. You didn't wedge it.
Well, I did, but it wasn't on the ground.
It shouldn't have been that far off the ground. All right, whatever.
That's
And
a you problem, Mr. Levitates.
it's going to cast Detect Magic.
Excellent. Okay.
And no Wild Magic Surge. I was off by 1, though.
Oh my gosh. Vapor, you reach out with arcane senses. The dragon head statue, the one that spits the line of fire, you're sensing magic from that. So but that's not really any news. You already knew it was a magical trap because you knew that you could try to deactivate it through arcane arts or dispel magic. Let's see, what else might you detect? There's a minor constant effect of the illumination, so you can just have a minor evocation at different intervals, lighting the place. It will maybe get shadowy at like certain corners, but the bulk of the area is bright from that. Let's see, what else? It's 30 feet all around you, right, for the detect magic? Okay. Nothing else other than obviously you and your allies' own magical effects, magic items and such. And you'll continue to concentrate on that, so maybe something else will come up.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so let's go to the next person. We have
Esper, just a
Adriel.
point of order. Do we have to
Yep.
say an initiative at the moment? Is that important?
I guess we really don't need to, right? You're all safely in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No worries.
I mean, I get where it was when Vapor was still in the hall, but now that we're past that, this
Okay,
might
sure.
be easier than you
Yeah, good
calling
point.
us out. I would like to cast Goodberry, and I'll start popping berries in my mouth and offer 3 of them to Vapor and be like, "Hey, you want some Goodberry?"
Vapor will definitely take the food.
Well, I heal myself to full with 7 good berries, and then I'll give you the last 3.
And how much does that heal?
1 per berry.
Okay. Well, that's 3 hit points. That's... I'm not going to sneeze.
How badly burned does Vapor look right now? Just give me a badly hurt, injured, barely
he
hurt.
Is definitely injured.
Okay.
I dropped to pretty much half hit points.
Okay, that's.
His arms got. It's not 3rd degree. He doesn't have 3rd degree, but he definitely has some very bad 2nd degree burns on him.
I gotcha. I cast another good berry and offer you however many. It creates 10 berries, so you can pop them all in your mouth or save some or whatever you want to do.
I think he's going to pop half in now because that'll bring me up pretty good, and then he'll hold on to the other 5.
Okay. I look at the others. I don't think you guys are that badly hurt.
So I don't forget,
Yes.
you all have accrued a half milestone.
Oh, yay.
Nice. Needed that.
1 more milestone.
All right, 1 milestone. Cool. I move on up after making those 2 castings to where Aygir is and motion the others to join us and looking into that room. Yeah. Is there anything that we can see from our vantage? I know we can't see like behind the corner there that we can't see.
Okay. You take a look, and as I described to Aygir, the giant architecture has some different juts and seams of blocks and whatnot. It's not without its stylizations, but there's nothing that you would consider to be icons, art, symbols.
Is the floor tiled in any way that it's it is?
Yeah, like big, like almost flagstone type chunks.
Okay. Anything special about the floor that I notice just passively looking at it?
What did you get on that perception check?
I mean, I didn't roll a perception check for this yet.
Oh, okay.
I have a 21 passive, but I can roll.
You have 21 passive?
Like. I can roll if you like.
The ground ahead right here looks slightly different than the rest of the ground.
Where did you motion? I didn't see anything.
Is that not showing up? Oh my goodness.
Not on this map.
Okay.
You could hold
Like
enter. You could just hold enter or space. I'm sorry, space. Wherever your mouse is. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there's a large in the middle section.
Yes, a large section of ground that there's something
Adriel,
a little bit different about it.
Adriel, take a look at this. I think there is a trap or something in the middle of this room.
Yeah, I will definitely investigate to see if there's any traps.
I'll point out like which flagstone I think it is and like kind of lay it out for him. I'm fine with actually moving up to it because I don't believe that there's another trap based on my perception. So yeah, I move up to the edge so we can get a really good look at this, Esper.
All right, so you all move to there, and you probably do so slow and cautiously. And if you want to investigate, you certainly can.
Yeah, I'll let you do that, Adriel, since you've got more of a trap.
Vapor will also move up.
Now, just a question.
Actually, it might be better for you to investigate. I'm not that good at it.
You said the walls are buttressed. Are those actual sticky outy flying buttresses, and do they block a line of sight there, or could you see pretty much the whole way down the halls?
Well, where your 3 allies are, you could see pretty much all the way down the hallway. Where you are, there's a little blockage.
They're not forming alcoves where something could.
He would have made the map that way.
It's not enough where I'd call it an alcove. No.
Yeah. So here's the thing: I'm not good at investigation. I'm good at perception. So if it's absolutely got to be an investigation, you're better than me.
Well, perception is physical senses, but it's not your mental knowledge.
Yeah.
So you see how the floor is like, the way the flagstones are arranged with one another is a little different than the other ones.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something offset about it.
So
if what that is, you can't deduce things.
Then Aygir might be better, is what you're gonna say. I bet.
Yeah. Yes.
Go ahead.
Although, sorry, where were we on the hand again?
Don't touch it until we know more about the room. Like sometimes
the fire is still blazing out at its intervals.
Yeah. Okay. Sometimes things are either red herrings or that could be the trap itself.
Right.
Just blatantly press the hand.
I play enough old school games to know what it's about. Anyway, I'll just walk into the room and see if I can, in detail investigate like what the pattern is of those flagstones, how it's different. Does that mean they're designed to drop away or be pressure points, or like is it from a repeated impact of something slamming from above, or what?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so for an investigation check, that is going to be a... Watch me. Nope, that's not bad at all. That is actually really good. That's a 20. It's not natural, but it's a 20.
Aygir, You know a pit trap when you see one.
Okay.
These floor tiles are made to fall away.
Well,
Also, I'm gonna do something here because you're the one investigating it, and I'm gonna put you right up to the edge where you would probably need to be searching something in fine detail. As you search it, it's distinctly hot. That false floor, there is something hot underneath it that's heating it up.
ooh. Does it smell any different?
Slightly, but I wouldn't say you would notice it unless you kind of like crouch down and get your nose close to it.
Without moving forward, he will do that very carefully. Because, you know, it's different if it's like a wood smoke smell versus just the hot
It's not
rock.
wood smoke. It reminds you of
Sulfur.
the smell
Lava.
of the lava dungeon.
Lava dungeon. Why would they use
Actually,
just
I don't
fire?
really know how to describe that smell, but it's not wood smoke.
Probably a sulfurous or some sort
sulfur,
of like,
something like that.
Well, it's a good thing Vapor didn't walk into this room. I believe the floor here is meant to drop away.
How far across is the floor in terms of, could it be in theory jumped? Is that what they were trying to make the dwarves do? Or is this too far for a jump? I think.
Oh, well, okay. Can I tell? It's tied to the area of the different pattern of flagstones, right?
Well, I would know that because I
The
identified
pit is 30 feet across.
Yeah, that's too far for a jump unless you're magic jump, you know. So let's check and see if there's a path across. Do we think that like just poking the stone isn't going to make it cave in? I assume a certain amount of weight needs to be on the stone before the pit trap activates.
Aygir rolled quite good on the investigation. You
I was
had
going to say that my first idea would be to like just take a small rock and slide it across there to see if even that trips it. Because if it
what
does,
did you
then
have
we're
on your
gonna be fucked
investigation?
anyway.
Can you remind me?
Is it 20?
Yeah. So Aygir he's pretty confident that just a regular rock isn't going to do it.
Okay.
It needs to be somewhat substantial amount of weight.
Enough.
You know, yeah, at least it's 20 pounds, maybe up to 30 or 40.
Yep. Gotcha.
Now, Vapor, are you still able to do your, you know?
You want me to fly across?
I'm pretty
I
sure
already
You have a better idea?
Well, I don't think you can do that repeatedly.
I can only levitate once.
Okay, he already used it to move the disc.
It's a once and done
Correct.
per. Yeah.
Yeah.
That being
I wasn't
said,
sure if that was the same thing or if that was a spell.
we do have options here. I'm gonna look at the walls, Esper, and you said that they aren't completely smooth. There's like, could someone climb along the walls like as if it were a cliff face, you know, to kind of shimmy across?
Yeah, you could try. It would be somewhat difficult, but you could. It's possible.
That's athletics, I believe, right? If you were going to try that.
Mm-hmm.
We've got rope. We've got pittons. Maybe we could set up a rope across once one person, you know, secure one on this end, one person takes the rope, goes across, and then it'll make it really much simpler for the rest. I think avoiding the floor is the trick here.
I mean, is there any way that I can like find a way of like disabling the trap? Like, do we know where it's starting from?
Well, Aygir can tell you that if you disable the false floor, it will fall away and it will expose the pit.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't like
its exact exactly where it's at. If that might be a benefit.
So out of character, this is probably a bit of an asshole move, but I think Aygir this whole time might be slowly starting to back up towards the direction of the hand. I think he thinks, as I think, that hand is tied to either this or maybe even better the previous fire. Because if we turn that off, then at least we know that, and we know the hand's not gonna mess us up. And now that everybody's in the room, if Aygir trips it, in theory will just affect him. So he won't press it.
It could just affect us.
But, well, he doesn't know that. He's going to look a little more closely.
Yeah, you're basically just rolling the die. I get it.
So
you have no idea.
Vapor is gonna kind of sit, like where he's at. That's perfect, but he's gonna kind of sit down and kind of go into like a meditative stance, focusing on his magic.
I feel with my passive perception, I'd notice what Aygir is doing. I'd be like, "What are you doing, Aygir?"
I mean, I guess he wasn't being overly stealthy about it. So.
Exactly. If you were being stealthy, then you could pass it.
Don't mind me.
Hey, it's not power armor. It's just armor. It's magic.
It's not power armor yet.
All right.
It's not power armor yet.
It never becomes power armor in this setting.
You don't know that.
This ain't no Forgotten Realms.
Anyways, yeah, Aygir, what are you doing?
Yeah, so he's wanting to get up as close and personal with his hand as he can without actually putting his hand against it and pressing it, just to see, like, is there a seam like it can be depressed into the wall? Does it look like it's somehow?
Yeah, the palm, not the fingers, but the palm of the gauntlet looks like it's its own separate bit that can be pushed in.
All right, he calls out to everyone and says, I think I have an idea, but I don't want to do it unless you're all ready. So take cover.
Why don't you tell us what the idea is?
Aygir, what is this idea before you do it?
Yeah, I don't think you should press that until we've had a chance to examine and see if it's going to set the trap off or, seal the exit. And
now, my working theory, if you will wait for a minute, is that if there is a path across this thing, maybe the hand is what drops away all the other stones.
I just told you the plan. We can secure a rope and climb along the wall like it's a obstacle, like a cliff face. Adriel,
I do like that idea. I do like that idea. Maybe I'll have to come back for this.
Yeah, we'll come back for it. It'll be the last thing you ever do. I mean, in this dungeon, it'll be the last thing that you could do. Esper's like, damn it! I wanted to set that trap off.
Oh, he's gonna wait here while you all set that up and cross, and just completely out of character, not to metagame this. If you all three go across the rope and python setup,
you're
he's
just going to
press the hand before doing it himself.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at that point, you did it to yourself, so I think I can live with it.
Exactly. I don't want to draw you guys into him playing into his own flaw. He's not going to do it in such a way that it would harm anyone else. But
here's a question. No, actually, Sorry, I'm
also reasonably convinced it actually just turns off the dragon fire. But
I mean, that's a totally viable thing that might do. I just want to make sure that I've got the rope. Oh wait, I'm sorry, Esper. I have a climb speed now. I don't even need to make a check. I forgot. At level 6, I gain a climbing and a swimming speed equal to my walking speed.
There you go. Well, this might be a good chance to test that out.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, my athletics is not great, but that will do it.
There goes one idea I had for
all right.
The map
I give the rope to Adriel and I say, secure this, with a piton or something on this end to the wall, and I take it, and you guys just see me like grab the wall like an expert rock climber with my fingers, and I just start like moving across like it's nothing.
Okay. Do you have any preference of which side you go?
Yes, I would like to do it on the right side of the map.
On the right side. Okay, so you go over here.
Yep.
I put these little red lines, little hatches to show where you saw the
I appreciate that.
false floor. Okay,
cool.
So Walykos goes here, and you grab onto the little seams and juts, and you scale across.
Little crevices that I can get my fingers into and hold on tight.
Yeah. Normally it'd be kind of hard to do that, but for you it's not as difficult, not nearly as difficult as you are.
Almost like I'm a deft explorer.
Yeah, you are quite deft at your explorations. I will say this.
Yes.
Before you've completely crossed the area of false floor,
Drops
you do notice something, because
Okay.
you told me that you have this good passive perception.
I do.
You notice right in front of you, so like maybe here,
Yeah.
there's a nozzle. You might not have noticed if you weren't looking, but there's like this nozzle concealed into the wall, and you get this faint whiff of oil smell.
Ooh, interesting. I'll stop there. And does the nozzle seem to be going like? Is it straight across like a grease kind of thing, or is it like? Does it look like it's going to spray upward into the air?
Jutting out like that.
Yeah, is it like towards the ground?
To the wall.
Is it the ground or where a person would be, I guess?
You could climb over the nozzle. It's probably up at about 3 feet off the ground.
So what I'm asking, Esper, is the nozzle pointed downward towards the floor?
Okay, it doesn't actually jut out far to have any angle to it.
Okay, so it will just spray into the space.
Seems like it, yeah.
So it could be a grease trap, fall back into the pit, even if you make it across. That would be my best guess. And flammability, it would then catch on fire, and be flaming grease. If I look at the ground, do I see any pressure plates or anything like that look like they might trigger this? Strange area.
What is your passive perception?
21.
21.
I'm happy
you're
to make
you're pretty certain that this stone
Mhm.
area right here in front of the nozzle,
Mhm.
there's something concealed under the flagstone.
Got it. And just that spot, if I look further over, I don't see anything?
Correct.
Okay. I'll continue looking along the wall as I climb over the nozzle. I'm going to shout back to the people like, hey, there's a nozzle, there's another trap here.
Be careful, Walykos.
I will be. And I continue, moving until I get to, I have 50 feet of rope. How far would that extend, just out of curiosity? I think the whole...
Yeah, you're probably at it now, I would imagine.
Okay.
Let's see. If you started from right there...
Yeah.
Oh, no, you could go 10 more feet. And that would be the full extent of the rope.
Show me how far I am from the edge of the rope.
To the end. Just kind of to the end of the...
Perfect.
The wider part of the chamber.
I will take out the hammer and piton and start securing it into the wall as best I can.
And at this point, I need you to go ahead and give me a perception check.
Certainly. Here's where the monsters come. 23.
Okay. You notice there is something coming, so we're going to actually enter into initiative here. I would prefer just to keep the same initiative. Is everyone okay with that?
I'm okay with it. Unless someone really doesn't like their initiative.
It makes sense to me. It's still pretty related to what you were just doing.
I think it's fine. Yeah.
So long as
we'll re-roll to get to like if you take a rest or there's some kind of substantial time difference.
I was going to say, can we re-roll on the next level? Like this is all kind of like this level. If we go to a different level of the Gauntlet.
Yeah, I think we'll have a sense of when it is appropriate to re-roll. I think now seems to be the right thing. So the first thing that happens is you all just hear the fire spout out of that dragon's head over there, so that no one's near that. That's no real danger. Vapor, Walykos is, I don't know if you called something out or said like, heads up everyone or something.
Yeah, something's coming. I'll say it in Elvish, I guess. We should all speak that.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Vapor.
Oh, well, yeah. That's common.
Yeah. Walykos called out that something's coming.
Yeah.
Vapor. Oh, you're on mute, Vapor.
He's also might be away. He said, "Be right back."
He is away. All right. So let's just say that Vapor readies a
dodge
bolt. Yeah.
Ready Stormbolt.
Oh, Stormbolt.
Adriel.
Oh boy. I don't want to walk across that, obviously.
Mhm.
I guess I'll just ready a short bow,
Mhm.
and then I'll move back a bit to kind of be in front of where Aygir is, just in case there's something else that we didn't know, or a little bit further back, like in the little corridor. Yeah, and now I'll ready a short bow, so I'll kind of like move back, get my bow ready.
I am so glad I have a climbing speed that lets me move at my full speed.
Yeah, climbing
you'd
speed's
be in
awesome,
a very
especially
a very sticky situation if you.
I mean,
Walykos, it is actually your turn.
all right.
You have a hammer in hand. You're sort of like driving this
Yeah.
piton into the wall, and you hear something coming up the stairs, something creeping up the steps.
I
Maybe a
guess for
little scraping sound of skittering legs.
I guess for roleplay, Adriel would have also been like, Walykos, get back.
All right.
Like
I have a trick, Esper, that I'd like to do. Can I climb to the ceiling and kind of wedge myself in the corner and hide?
Okay. So you climb up to the ceiling.
Yep. And you know, like I'm doing like this, and I'm just kind of hiding there because
okay. So you climb up, and you know the ceiling's a little bit higher here, so you climb up 10 feet or so.
Yeah.
And it's it's probably dim in the corner, a little shadowy. But if something gets a good direct look at you, it might not be a great hiding spot, but whatever. And what do you do for your action?
Well, I'm going to ready.
Oh, you're using the hide action.
Yes, I would like to hide, but yes. Okay. So stealth check.
Okay, go ahead.
Unnatural 20.
All right. Well done. The skittering sound of multiple legs gets louder, and you see one of these creatures that you've seen before, guardian things that have been in different parts of this dungeon that look to be part mechanical and part repurposed crustacean carapace. And in these chin tendrils, it grasps these two electrifying prods. You know that these creatures, you fought them before, you know that they do have blind sight, but really the question here is,
does it notice?
Do they have dark vision? And actually, I'm making the roll because they don't.
Okay. Like I'm basically holding completely still. So
if you're holding completely still and he doesn't have dark vision, there is a chance he might not notice you. You got a 20, right?
I got a 20.
It doesn't notice you. Nope. You're just wedged up in the corner, and it kind of like its eyes look into the corner, then that way, then gaze it. The other is across the pit.
Mm-hmm. Probably confused because it's like, why is they all the way over there?
Interesting. All right.
Vapor gives it the finger, like the
I wonder if it knows, if it's smart enough to know that there's a pit there.
So it's actually entering into a dash now.
And it climbs along the wall.
It climbs along the wall over here.
By the way, do I get my my bow attack? My ready
you can if you would like.
And so should Vapor.
And I'd also get my sneak attack, and I'd get my sneak attack too, since it was next to Walykos, right?
It wasn't next to
it was not next to Walykos.
I'm up on the ceiling.
He's wedged up into the ceiling.
Oh, so he wasn't. Okay.
But you can take your shot. And Vapor, I had you ready a Stormbolt. So if you want, you can do Stormbolt it, and you have advantage because it
wasn't in view yet, so you didn't know what was happening. You just ready to.
Gotcha.
Now, quick question: like, did it see me? I'm guessing it did see me, right?
Yeah, you're sure that it saw the three of you. It just didn't notice Walykos up there.
Yep. Well, I will get my short bow.
I'm glad I didn't do what I was thinking.
That is not a good roll.
Neither is mine. 13.
The arrow clink, dinks off of the.
Did you roll with advantage, Vapor?
I did. I did not roll high. I don't think my 11's going to hit.
No.
The Stormbolt passes over the thing and just disperses against the wall. That was a dash on behalf of the monster. It is Aygir's turn.
Okay, so first off, I press that button.
All right. You press the button. Nothing immediately happens.
Okay, cool. And then secondly, I guess that was my action. So
it's pretty fast, so we can consider it your free object manipulation.
interaction.
then
Yeah.
secondly, I
Free
extend
object
my
manipulation.
arcane focus, one of my thunder weapons, in the direction of the spider and shoot a stormbolt at it.
Nice.
Or the
Very well. You
spidery
have
crab
advantage.
construct thing.
Yes.
And yes, I'm well aware that I have advantage because there's enough metal. Ooh, that's horrible. Okay, I mean, it's one of them.
Clearly, you all
10,
were
but it's
caught off
like-
guard and not expecting the monster, and your
Yeah.
stormbolt flies awry. And
Oh, wait, is it... 13's not enough, right?
Not enough.
Okay, cool.
The dragon head does not blast fire down the corridor.
My dice were a 6 and a 3.
Okay. So Aygir's hypothesis proved to be true.
It makes sense. That way, one person could run ahead and then maybe open the way for others if they were brave enough or something.
A potential solution, indeed.
Yeah. I like
we
our
go now to
solution.
Vapor.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm double checking something.
Okay.
Okay, so I have an idea. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I'm going to give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Vapor's going to cast Shatter, but not on it. On the wall it's connected to, trying to blast it off the wall.
Okay.
I mean, I get
Go ahead and roll
where
your
you're going
damage.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll the shatter damage.
Similar to my idea, but you'll see.
Yeah, so give me a second. Let me double check to make sure I can do this. So that's 3d8. Here's my 8.
Esper, can I get a measure how far away I am from it? Thank you.
50.
Okay, so 35 feet along the wall should be good.
So that's 13 points of thunder damage. It needs to roll a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
That's to see whether it takes the damage.
If it will take half or
Yeah.
full damage.
It's a construct, though. That's why it gets disadvantage, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, what I am understanding of shatter is that you can be damaging both the wall and the creature simultaneously because
Yeah.
it is a 10-foot radius sphere
Exactly.
of blast.
Yeah. So specifically,
So-
what Vapor's trying to do is hit the wall to blast it off the wall,
Okay.
but because it's within the
And then-
10-foot radius, it would take
And then what's the disadvantage for?
for Constitution.
It's
because the
it's a
creature's
construct.
made of inorganic stone, crystal, metal. Okay. Sure. It's partially organic and partially not, so whatever. Good enough for me.
It's your call, yeah.
Yeah, good enough for me. Maybe. Nah, probably not. Nope. Oh, that's actually a 6, not a 9. No, it totally fails.
Oh, awesome.
So full damage.
Yep. So that will be 13 points of thunder damage.
All right. 13 thunder damage.
Let me mark that I extended.
Okay, and then the wall. Well, you've definitely damaged the wall. What I'm going to do is I'm going to force this thing to make a
Dex save.
some kind of saving throw to cling, quickly stay clinging onto the wall. If it fails, it's going to fall.
Oh,
Yeah,
I also need a roll for wild magic.
Yeah, it's probably not a super difficult dex save, but I mean,
I'll give
It's-
it I'll give it a moderate DC.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's at least it has a chance of failing.
It
Didn't
got
that
a
one?
14. A 14 is one under what it needed, and it scrabbles out with its legs, and the chunks that it grabs onto come off as they've been damaged by the thunder, and it barely, and maybe one leg grabs the lip of the solid part of the floor as the rest is falling away, but it can't pull itself back up with just the one claw, and
Nice. Seems good.
it falls
Yep.
into a pit of lava
Nice.
and is completely a goner.
See, what I was going to do if you hadn't done that is literally just move 35 feet, thorn whip it, and pull it into the pit.
So we both had the exact same idea, pretty
Well, I
much.
mean, it just tried to put itself in a place where it was very easy to kill.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It implies it like somehow knew about the pit. That it didn't
Oh
just
well,
run
yeah,
and fall in.
it's not
Yeah.
it's not stupid. It has intelligence of a sort.
I mean, it's probably been here a lot longer than we have. So
Man, I just wanted to pull it in with my thorn whip, but that's fine.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean,
Well
you
done,
just-
Hey,
Vapor.
my shadow didn't
Well
work.
done.
You would have been up to do
oh
that.
yeah, I was just a backup. So
Should you check for a wild magic surge?
oh,
I
yeah.
did check already, and I succeeded on my check. So no
Okay.
wild magic surge.
Okay. Well,
Well,
nice job, Vapor.
Yeah. Good. I guess we don't need initiative anymore. That was fast.
I didn't think that was gonna work.
No, it's definitely lava. So
Yeah, as I said, I'm just said I'm gonna go for it. If it
isn't
works,
that
it
how we
works.
killed it? The other one too, something similar. Like I
Yeah,
feel like we
we-
pushed
yeah,
in the
we did-
lava.
yeah, we did something
Well,
like
that
that.
one we just like pushed. This one we blasted. But yes, I think it's like
No,
There's
it wasn't
two of
this.
these
It was
things
it was
now.
a different construct that we eventually pushed
Yeah,
in.
that's right. That was
Right.
a different construct. But yeah,
Because
these
like,
we
just
know these
weren't
ones
doing
are
any damage to
really.
it, so we figured,
Right.
okay. Hey, why
Actually,
don't we just-
another one of these things was trying to fling vapor into
lava.
And my
That's
wild
what it
magic
was.
surge kicked in and distracted it.
Oh yeah, that's right. There was like the wild magic.
Yeah.
station.
Music
Yeah,
started
I
playing.
remember
And
that.
we got distracted by
That
the
was a good
music.
one.
Good times, good times. So I'm cleaning up here in the corner, and I was like about to jump into action, and I'm like, oh, well, good job, Vapor. All right, I'm gonna secure the rope now, and now that you can see the pit, maybe it'll be easier to avoid. Also, there's a nozzle that spews oil right here next to the. I pointed out to you guys, don't step on that stone. Keep going the whole way. So I go back to securing this rope, take my time to, take 10, do whatever I got to do.
Walykos, you drive in the piton and you probably go
Yeah.
at different intervals, driving in more
Yeah,
along
get
the
it
way.
in
So
there.
it's a secured rope
Yep.
system. And then maybe you just in the end want to be still back on the side.
Yeah. And I say, all right, guys, time to come along. Also, Aygir, I saw you press that button.
I never said I wasn't going to.
Yeah, but next time, maybe not when we're being attacked.
Next time, maybe don't worry about it. If that thing had worked, it would have fallen into the pit even faster.
Yeah, but
Yes,
what if
but
it?
it could have killed us all.
Yeah, it could have killed us.
You're wasting
Point is, you
time
don't-
as well as air.
Yeah. I know that you're gonna keep blowing it off, but I'm just saying, maybe consider taking out the threat before trying new things.
One day you're going
That's
to
what I
press
was
something.
doing.
One day you're
He's-
going to
he's gonna
press
keep moving.
something. One day you're going to press something you're not supposed to, and we're not going to be there to save you.
All right, guys, don't fall in the lava.
You're not one to talk about things that you're not supposed to do. You are never one to talk about that. You are not allowed. It is banned. If I ever hear
Yes,
you
I don't-
talking about that again, I'm not going to end the shit I'm going to give you about it. I am never going to stop giving you shit about that dagger.
Thorn
I
whip
hope
him
you know
into the
that.
lava. No, just kidding.
Yeah, like
You-
as
you weren't just
Aygir is
gonna
like
wait till
going
Walykos
across, I
says
just
it's
like
clear to
cut
cross
the
and then
line.
let it cross.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So, Adriel, you want to come across first?
No,
Show 'em
I wanna
how
wait
it's
for
done.
Aygir. I want to wait for Aygir to go across. Oh no, I'll go across first.
If he waits for me, I'll do it. I'll go.
It is. No, I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. So Adriel, you grasp onto the rope and you take it.
Yeah,
you know,
as I'm going
by
across,
bit.
say, I hope you got this lodged in correctly, Walykos.
Oh, just don't.
as you go
Yeah. Don't pull on this one.
as you go passing over the exposed lava pit, you can feel waves of heat coming up off of it. And it even makes your feet get uncomfortably hot. You know, that feeling of like, if you were to just leave it there for too long, you'd start slowly
Yeah.
cooking or burning. It's that sensation.
Yeah,
But
you get
luckily,
tingles.
you can get across
And I'll
after probably, I don't know, 1 or 2 turns.
I mean, if it
Doesn't take
matters, I
that
would
long.
like dash just to get across as quick as possible.
Yeah, you get across pretty quickly.
You just move at half speed.
Yeah, climbing's usually at half speed, but with dash, that's an extra.
Yeah, dash and bonus action dash.
Anyways,
So
you do it.
So should we have everybody cross then? Is that in
oh,
order?
oh, when a vapor goes across, I would like to cut the line.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah, we'll cross.
Oof.
Actually, no, that's fine.
No, vapor casts levitate.
Vapor rises up out of the lava like a lava bender, and he just like spews lava at you.
Vapor like casts levitate. It's just like, oh, that's great, Vapor. You'll just die slower now.
It's when you realize Vapor actually got like twice as many milestones. And he's now level 7.
Yeah.
Until Vapor makes his new deal with the elemental fire titan at the bottom of the lava pit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Aygir
Aygir shouldn't be in that space.
Right.
He's yeah.
I know. But yes, okay. Well, we made it across safely. We'll leave this rope here for now. It should be fine.
Well, yeah, we don't know that. I mean, we should assume we have to come back this way until we find like a loop around.
I don't think the lava's going to set the rope on fire. I know that it's hot, but I don't think it's like set rope on fire hot where the rope is.
Right. It's probably not like flinging out fireballs at it. So
yeah. So
yeah.
Alas, it's not a Mario lava pit with the little fire thing that jumps up and down.
So that being said, I think we're on to the next part of this gauntlet, everyone.
Indeed.
Okay. Do you all go together? Does someone scout ahead? What's your tactic?
I think that we always have like Walykos, then me, then Aygir, then Vapor. Wasn't that
I'm
generally
pretty
the
good
plan?
at spotting things, so that's probably I'll be actively looking, doing my thing.
Yeah, we'll just have someone first like peer around the corner down the stairs, and we'll move
what
up.
Were the icons that we pressed just real quickly?
Wheat,
spider,
I don't
chalice, and wand.
Wand.
Yep.
Okay. So
Stupid wand.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna have 2 more challenges.
I mean, sure, if you want to like just guess at what we don't know yet. So
Walykos, you peer down the stairs. I've actually revealed more than I probably should have, but I'm assuming you're going down the stairs a little bit.
Yeah, I would check, see nothing, move a little bit further. I'd be checking each step too to make sure it's not like another trap step.
Yeah, rigged.
Oh
Yeah.
Esper's like, oh man, I did have a trap step.
And yeah, if it matters, I mean, like, since I'm probably going to be behind Walykos, I'd be doing the same thing. I'm not as good at it, but like the extra person looking, it doesn't hurt.
Assuming that there's nothing that I find, you can move me all the way to the next corner at the bottom of the stairs. If I do find something,
you see ahead that there's definitely a chamber of some kind, though of course you don't have the vantage to see its extent. Honestly, from where you are, you can probably only see around the base of the stairs. But I was pretty much assuming you'd start going down.
Correct. And I'd be checking each step to make sure it's not, like oil nozzle.
Once you go ahead and make a new perception check, since you are going about things slowly and searching.
Methodically. 17.
Yep. 17? Okay.
Yep.
So with a 17... Let's see. It's quiet down there. You don't hear any kind of movement or sounds.
We know the spider came through here, so it was down here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to check the ceiling.
The temperature stays the same. It's that kind of warm temperature, but not like extreme heat or anything of that. It's not like the lava dungeon. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if there's much of anything to notice where you are.
Just move me to the corner.
I think that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to go right here, upper corner, or the lower one? Does it matter?
Put me to the lower corner because I have a feeling that it's going to kind of go back that way, but maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. So there are some things that you see here.
I just want to state I do look up just in case there's a spider on the ceiling.
Okay, no spider on the ceiling.
Good. All right.
At least not that you see.
Yes. Invisible spider.
So you see a larger,
Hello.
somewhat larger chamber like that. And then to the north, the architecture gives way to a more natural or cruder or almost cave-like style to it. There is this thing here.
I was going to say, what is that?
Yeah, that catches. You've seen one of these things before. It's like a stony head, and as soon as you peer around, as soon as you peer around, you see that there is like this fiery molten look from the cavities of its eyes.
Can I jump back, or do I need to make the reflex save or dodge it or whatever?
It had a readied spit.
Go
I'm just
for it.
looking for it here. Okay, here it is. You have. I'll give you 3/4 cover since you just appeared a little bit around the corner. I'm sure 3/4 at least of your body.
That's what I assumed. Yeah. So.
Plus, this is a attack
roll. Yeah.
At you. Yes, you have +5 to your AC from the 3/4 cover.
23 AC. Go for it.
Does not hit that. The fire just kind of blasts against the wall stone of the corner, and then you backpedal a step or two. There's a standing stone in the room as well. There's a standing stone, and it bears a variety of bizarre facets and grooves and curving shapes, and you have to wonder if this is a natural formation or if somebody sculpted it into this weird shape.
Well, we need to destroy the head first, so it just spat at me. Do I get action to attack it before it
Let's do the initiative.
So that was its surprise round. Got it.
That was a readied during the initiative on its turn. It readied an attack.
Just call it a surprise round. That way we know.
Yeah. Vapor. We'll go with you first.
Okay. Well, Vapor will move up.
I thought we were re-rolling initiative.
Yeah. Are we re-rolling initiative now? Oh, we're still not. Okay.
No, to me it still feels like the same scene.
Okay.
Fair enough.
It's only one enemy,
There's 15 feet. Oh, I'm only able to move 15 feet.
Oh, I just didn't know where else you wanted to go.
Well, he would move his full movement.
I'm going to warn everyone that there's another one of these trap heads down here.
All right, there's 30 feet. You can go one more difficult terrain on the steps if you want, because you have the boots.
Yeah.
You are picking up an aura of magic here, Vapor. That fire spitter statue, you're getting kind of a lesser aura of evocation from it.
Okay, then he will end his turn there.
There's more. The standing stone. There's magic on the standing stone. You are picking up. Oh dear me. Hold on. I did not make a note of that on this document. Here we go. You are picking up a pretty strong, not overwhelming, but a strong aura of conjuration and enchantment in that aberrant stone there.
Now, is it coming from one specific place on the stone or the entire stone?
The entire stone.
Okay.
You still have an action. What would you like to do?
Can you scroll up a bit?
Okay. You see that there is a fairly natural looking, I guess you can't see it yet, but maybe Walykos could tell you, tunnel to the north.
Well, yeah, we got to deal with this enemy. So just don't get in the way. Stay back unless you got a spell. Just ready for next turn. I mean, that's not what I say literally, but yeah, it's just stay back. You don't want to get hit by one of those things.
He'll just stay there. I'll just end my turn there with a dodge.
Cool.
You dodge. Yeah. Very well. You take a defensive position, and let's go to Adriel.
I'll bonus action, hide around the corner, and then ready a bow attack, like a short bow attack in case I see something.
Okay.
So you're covering me.
Are you wanting to move to like there?
He's got to go down the stairs, otherwise he doesn't have advantage.
Oh,
into
that's
the
true.
room.
Yeah, because those are stairs, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll go
really,
down.
you'd
Yeah,
only see the base of the
yeah.
stairs from
I'll
there.
go down. I'll just get behind Walykos, so I'll basically be covering. Or I might I might take the other. No, I'll just do it there. I'll do bonus action hide there, and then I'll ready
Okay.
my action, just kind of covering Walykos's backside, I guess.
Very well.
Yeah, plan. Yeah.
Sounds like a decent enough maneuver. You hear a like a little crackle sound effect come online. Walykos, it's your turn.
Okay. Here's what I'd like to do, Esper. Can I just, using the 3/4 cover, poke my head enough to provoke its ready to action while keeping the cover?
Okay.
But just
You
as a
stick your head out like you did before, and it actually does the same thing.
Yeah.
It spits a dart of flame in your direction.
and I just pull my head back,
14 is not going to hit you.
No. So here's what I'd like to do. Now that I made it spend its shot, bonus action Shillelagh, and then I'm going to use my movement to walk over and just slam on it twice and then run back,
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure. So you go in there, you take a couple swipes at the head.
So I got 2 attacks because Rangers are cool. And does an unnatural 20 and an 11 hit? Those are 2 separate attacks.
The 20 does.
Okay. Let's see. Shillelagh is 1d8. 12 bashing damage.
Very well.
Magic. It also counts as magic if that
Okay.
matters.
Yeah, so you hit it and it seemed effective. It looked like you did some damage to the statue head.
Mhm.
And then
I
you
move back into total cover.
and you scurry back.
Say, I think I've got this thing's number, guys. Just hang tight. Yeah.
Aygir, what do you want to do?
All right, I'm gonna move up as far as I can to see the thing and hope that that's good enough for a Stormbolt.
I don't think you can do that and Stormbolt.
There's 30 feet of speed gets you to there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Do I have any line of sight? I'm guessing not.
No, it's if
not
you
from
look.
there.
Yeah, it's around the corner. Just get in position for next turn so that you can move and do it.
Well, now that you said that, even
Sure,
though it's
run
what I
out
was
there.
going to do, now I
Yeah.
won't.
All right, do what you
Yeah,
do.
no, I dash and move an additional however much to get basically up next to Walykos. Or,
Okay.
like just above him on the map.
I think it'll see you.
How about like that?
Okay, it probably can't see you. then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Point being where it doesn't see me, I can see it.
You don't see it, it doesn't
Jump
see
out.
you, but you could take a step forward and be in line of sight.
Well,
Yeah.
it goes right before me, so you guys should
Vapor.
be fine to run out and zap it.
Vapor, what about you?
So Vapor is going to do something probably stupid, but he's going to dash to get behind that standing stone.
Oh,
Seems reckless, but do your thing,
seems,
man.
this seems very similar to what I did one time in a game session when I didn't know what was in the darkness.
No, there's no darkness here. It's totally fine. There's nothing.
Another
bad could
spider
happen.
comes out and just
Nothing could
pins,
happen here.
pins
but-
Vapor
okay.
to the stone.
Vapor, you actually still have your action. Those boots of striding and springing
that
are
gave me
serving
enough
you well.
speed. Then if
You could zap
so
on
some-
the way.
yeah, I guess he'll throw a Stormbolt on the way.
Okay.
Is that a metal or stone head?
Stone.
Okay.
I mean, you're not sacrificing anything.
Dirty 20.
That is a hit.
Yeah, nice.
And that should be, give me a second, I have it marked down here. Should be 2d8 now, right?
Correct.
Oh. Wait, let me double check. 7. Yeah, so double it. So that would be 13.
Okay. On your way to getting behind the standing stone, you loose a stormbolt.
Yep, does his little finger gun and as he's running.
Okay. Very well. That seemed effective. The thing is getting damaged. It's a stony head. It's kind of a dark stone. It seems to be pretty solid in its construction, but it's only going to be able to withstand a certain amount of this.
Yeah. We've done it before.
Yeah. Adriel.
Should be good to attack it.
Yeah, I guess I'll peek around the corner and shoot an arrow at it with advantage. I'm assuming I get it. Well, I don't know if I need to roll for stealth or
You
not.
did hide.
Yep.
So the question
Go
is,
ahead and make a stealth check.
Yeah.
Okay. 22.
That's good enough for me. Take a shot with the advantage.
Yay.
Sneak attack. That's the big
Yep.
deal.
Does sneak attack work against
Oh!
objects?
That's a good question, actually. Let me check.
I don't think it works on objects, but advantage still is good for hitting.
Once per turn, you can do an extra 1d6 damage to one creature
Just to
you
creatures.
hit.
Yeah.
So sneak attack won't work.
You're not siege monster.
It's still crit.
That's okay. You still hit.
I did actually crit it. I got a natural 20. So I got
there you go. Even better.
Yes. So that's a 14 damage altogether.
Nice.
All right. Your arrow strikes the stony surface and does 14 damage. Put like a noticeable splitting crack down through the forehead of this thing, going into its cheek, and it doesn't look like it's going to hold out for much longer.
And then I will bonus action hide around the corner again. So
and you go back.
And then go back.
Plenty of movement. Yep.
Again, you hear its fire charging up, and I'm thinking Vapor has full cover from that angle. So,
I'll give it a target. Don't worry.
Are you doing the same thing?
I put my head out there just enough to make it fire.
Yeah. Okay. Walykos, you poke your head out a bit. It shoots the dart of flame. Comes up with a 20 actually, right? Or 21.
23 is my AC.
Okay, you got a 21, so just a little under. Again, you use the wall to block the flame from blasting right onto you, and
then
you leap out with your cudgel, right?
Yep, and I just slam and jam it. Here we go. Okay. My lowest roll was a 16. Does that hit?
Not quite.
The other roll's a 20, so that'll hit.
The 20 does hit it. Yep.
And we have 9 more magical bludgeoning damage.
You strike it, and where that crack had already been put into it from Adriel's arrow shot, just this chunk of its head falls onto the ground, and other little bits crumble off of it, and whatever fiery core was powering it cools down and dissipates, and just only a little wisp of smoke trails off of it. It's destroyed.
We actually know something about what powers these things. I think we found these soul gems or something like that.
Right.
Remember? Is there anything like that in the statue's interior?
Remind me, are you talking about? The thing from the
you remember
the clockwork monsters?
Okay.
It's not the same thing from the clockwork monster, but I know what you're talking about, the power core thing.
I was curious if it did have something like that powering it, because we could then take those and either get them destroyed, because Connor Spindle loves to destroy our treasure.
Yeah, well, I think you have the one. You still have the one power core. I don't know.
We gave it to Connor Spindle.
You gave it to Connor Spindle. Okay.
Well,
I think Aygir could probably
destroyed. Yeah.
Okay.
Remember,
Aygir could probably tell you here that this fire spitter head is not the same thing as those clockwork guardians.
That's fine.
It's an object, not a creature.
Yeah.
He also didn't just destroy it. He set the trapped soul free. So it was not trapped.
You say set it free. I say destroy. And neither of us are wrong.
That's true. Okay, yeah, that comes back to my mind.
Anyways, it's safe now, guys. Well,
I'm curious to know what Vapor's doing over there.
Yeah. Well, we're out of initiative, so go ahead and say what you're doing, Vapor. If you're
Vapor initially was going over there to get so they weren't all clumped up in one area. That was his initial thing. Yeah. And now that he's over at that and the threats dealt with, he's examining the standing stone.
I think Aygir will very quickly join him, is my best guess.
Well, again, now that you said the thing I was going to do before I could say it, I'm not going to do it.
Excellent.
Well, no, he will.
Hey,
actually...
Aygir, you should complete this dungeon and gain like 3 extra milestones without us. I'm not going to do it now.
He will be interested in trying to figure out if this is carved or just naturally formed that way.
Aygir, you going up there too?
That's what I just said. Yep.
Okay. That's what mind
control. So both Aygir and Vapor are interested in this bizarre standing stone that Vapor is detecting some strong magic from.
Don't trust
As you both begin to inspect the thing,
it's a trick.
Something very strange begins to happen to the two of you. It doesn't just begin, it actually happens. Yeah. And your vision begins to distort. The hairs on the back of your necks raise up. I need both of you to make wisdom saving throws.
Yeah. Ooh. Knew it. Freaking knew it.
Well, it's a good thing I'm not absolutely horrible at these.
Hopefully you guys don't go crazy and try to, kill us.
Well, I rolled a 19 on the die, so I have.
Because I know Adriel will kill you both.
Unfortunately, Vapor is not going to succeed with a 7.
Oh no.
Ooh.
That's like perfect.
Maybe you'll try and kill each other first.
Vapor has failed.
Aygir, what did you get?
I have a 20. I rolled
Very
a 19.
nice.
I have exactly a +1 to it.
Tell us what happens.
I will. Interesting. Okay, so I have to actually kind of explain this in somewhat metagame terms, but I'm going to entrust Vapor to role play this. And I need to make a roll here. Where's my D3? I want my D3. Oh my. There it is. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Vapor, you get the sudden sense that if you get anywhere far away from Adriel or where you can't see each other, horrible, terrible, bad luck is going to befall you. You have this mania now where Adriel is like your good luck charm, and you have to stay near him and never get out of his sight and never let him get out of your sight. If he gets out of your sight or gets more than, say, 30 feet away from you, you're going to be like racked with like horrendous, like panicky anxiety, like delusions are going to be racking you. And as Vapor probably starts to like head in the direction to find his dear precious Adriel, some interesting effects began to happen. I don't know why I'm saying begin. They just happen.
Yeah.
Well, let me find my note here.
Is there any visual effect that we see other than Vapor starts acting
strange?
There
is. Yes, okay. There's two things. One is that water quickly rushes into the floor of the room.
Ooh.
Let me get this color here.
Adriel is a Vapor's safety blanket now.
God. I hate this so much.
Just dig deep, find the role play, realize you as the player, your feelings are irrelevant.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
Adriel's gonna be pretty pissed when this starts happening.
You'll deal with it.
All right.
Maybe if you love me so much, I can just be like, "Hey, Adriel, like go walk off that cliff for me." That'll
not
really
how
make
that
me love you.
works.
I know. It's.
He'll be like, "Okay," he grabs you and jumps off the cliff with you.
As long as Adriel's here, nothing can hurt me.
Lands on top of Adriel, killing him. Well, I guess I just gotta carry his bones around.
Well, so what what happened is he would fall, and then he'd get far enough away from Adriel that he'd be like, "My luck is gone. Oh shit! Oh no!"
Yeah.
And then hit the
levitate. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I kind of done that incorrectly there. Let me just real quick, like, go away. Whatever. The water is actually going to be up to there. Good enough. Okay. And I need to roll one other thing. I just forgot. It is this.
Wait, does anyone have heavy armor?
No.
Oh, Aygir, water, heavy armor. Not a good combination.
Yeah. So for this standing stone, I don't suppose anybody's prepared like Mordenkainen's adamantine battery ram or something like that. Destroys rocks, right?
I did, but now that you said that, Aygir, I'm not going to do it.
Vapor, just cast Rich.
It goes both ways, you know.
Okay, so the area has filled up with 15 feet of seawater.
Good thing I'm 16 feet tall, Esper.
It's 15 feet.
I need to make some different, because it's not right. There's some elevations. Okay, so that
is it
15. There's 10. There's 5. There's dry. This gets into dry over there, and then there would be.
Where's
10,
the water coming from? Is it magic?
It actually just seems to flood out from all around the base of the standing stone.
Okay.
The water, it really is like seawater, like ocean, and it's fairly transparent. It's not 100% crystal clear, but you can see through it decently well. There's another effect. There's like this kind of almost a whirlpool type effect right here. There's a swirling motion in the water right there. It doesn't last. It just is there for just a moment, really, is all it is. Just for an instant. And I need to roll a thing.
Does the water reach to the top of the ceiling?
I demand to re-roll my initiative.
It does not reach the ceiling is higher here, so there's like 5 feet of air between the surface of the water and the ceiling.
So we end up floating.
Wait, I don't know if you end up floating with heavy armor, but yes, the rest of us end up floating.
Well, so what is the rule about that?
Well, the rule is we're about to re-roll initiative, right, Esper?
I'll give everyone a free athletics check to see if you are swimming and at the surface of the water as you would so want.
Could it be a dex?
Esper, if I have a swim speed of 35 feet, do I
okay, so you can be under the water, you can be at the surface. Where do you want to be?
Surface, probably.
Okay, you're at the surface. Aygir, go ahead and make your athletics check.
You know what? This is dumb. Actually, I think he does want to be on the bottom there if that thing's about to be there.
Okay. Yeah, the swirling motion, there's this strange like thing sprouts out and this giant nightmare starfish looking thing appears, having been conjured. All right, so Aygir wants to be at the bottom. He doesn't try to swim up.
Also, we definitely are re-rolling initiative, right?
Quick
What
question.
about Adriel?
Wait, quick question. Do I get my ready to attack?
I don't think there's any ready to attack.
Well, before the thing got killed, my last turn, I had bonus action hit around the corner and ready to attack.
But then I said, "Hey, the threat's over. I don't think you'd be standing."
Okay,
there
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay.
Well,
what does Adriel do in terms of swimming?
Yeah. Well, I want to be. Well, actually, I mean, let's see. How much breathing do I have? So it's con. It's just your con modifier, right? For breathing, I think. Is it like times anything, or is it just con modifier?
It's a minute plus your Constitution modifier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I have 4 minutes of breathing. So that's a lot. I'm okay with just being under the water for now. I don't think it's gonna be a huge
so
detriment.
you're not trying to swim up to the surface, is what I'm understanding. All right, so you're there. You're probably close to the bottom. Maybe you're floating a little off the bottom. I don't know. You don't have that much weight on you. What about vapor?
Oh shit!
You gotta get to me, man.
How clear is the water?
I would say the water is moderately clear. It's not completely translucent.
So where Vapor's at, could
you can
he
see through
still see Adriel?
You can see him. Yeah.
Okay, so then he would.
He's kind of
float
like
to
that
the-
underwater, warbled, and it's a little murky, but you can see
Okay,
him.
so he would float towards the surface.
Make an athletics check.
All right. Double check, make sure. 15.
Okay, perfectly fine.
Yeah,
The water's fairly still. It's an
he's
easy
not-
DC to swim in it.
So Esper, technically Vapor doesn't need to breathe because he can hold his breath indefinitely. So he's not worried about getting up there. So he's kind of just letting himself float. But once he sees the creature pop up, he'll probably ready a spell.
No need for readying. We're going to roll for initiatives.
Okay.
Okay, that was what I was about to ask.
Please.
This
let's
definitely
roll
is an
initiative.
actual different scene for combat.
This definitely feels different. Yeah.
It's different enough. Yeah.
We've entered a new phase of this dungeon.
The Starfish Phase.
All right, I'll put my initiative down.
Ooh. This
Wow,
die
my
is lucky me.
initiatives have been terrible. By the way, who has
Well, you're not the only one.
who has inspiration? Because that may be
I
important.
have inspiration. I marked it
Okay.
down. I will say the thing about initiative is it doesn't make that much difference when there's one enemy. When there's more enemies than one, then it really
Yeah.
matters a lot.
Wow, I actually got
I'm
the
of the
lowest
other
initiative.
opinion. If the whole party beats that one enemy on initiative, you can just like dump everything into him. Then he gets this one like pitiful turn, and then you dump everything into him, and he's dead.
Well, yes, Esper, of course, but after the first round, it's really just a continuation of we go, it goes in some form or fashion.
So, who's got the highest initiative roll?
Aygir.
Not me.
Which is
18.
nice.
I
to
get
see
what he
that
got.
went from having from a 4 to an 18. He has an 18 now.
Well
I'm
done.
rolling my good die, which is so far
Alright.
rolled 3 good things. So it's going to fail
Walykos
next
at a
time.
14.
14 Walykos.
Vapor had
Vapor with
12.
a 12.
And Adriel with 11.
Okay, that's not that bad. Aygir, you can act first. A strange madness tried to assault your mind, and you withstood it.
right.
Water flooded out rapidly from the standing stone. You are at the bottom, still standing on the ground under the water, and there's a nightmarish giant starfish thing.
I saw that thing appear, so I stayed at the bottom because I knew it needed to be fought. And now scrolls are written on non-waterproof paper. Is that true, or would I have enough time if I pulled it out to use one, even underwater?
I don't imagine the ink would just immediately get ruined. You could
Okay.
probably pull it out and read it right away.
I move up is it 5 feet that puts me in melee range?
Yep. So you'll be at half speed, and you just clang over to there.
No, actually, more like straight down. Just because I'm then planning to move to the left.
All right.
Okay, so as my action, I pull out a spell scroll of Electrophorus from Esper's Emporium. Oops, from Esper's Emporium and Esoterica, available
Okay.
now.
Nice.
Let me just pull the spell back up.
I have this open. Second level evocation, one action, touch.
Yep.
Is it on your spell list, so you don't need a roll or anything?
Yeah, at least I believe it is. I think it's listed as wizard, but I believe it's
It
on
must
wizard
be on
as
your
well.
spell list in order to use it. If it's of a higher level than you can cast, then you have to make a spell casting ability check.
Well,
Right,
I guess
which
the
we
main
had-
thing is,
I
is it an
believe it
artificer?
ruled that it is indeed on my spell list because, as per
Yes.
the wording of the book,
Yes, it
it's
is.
not because artificers are
Make a
non-SRD
melee
content,
spell
so-
attack against the creature.
It's definitely an artificer spell.
Uh,
And is it of a level you can cast? I think it is.
yeah, second
Yes,
level.
second level.
Second
Yeah.
level, right? Okay.
So you get an advantage on the attack if it's wearing metal or
Which
metal
it's
armor.
not, so I don't.
It is underwater though, so like that's
That's
up
what
to
I'm wondering
Esper.
about.
And man, it is a good spell.
It is. That's why I plan to use it now.
Basically, it's going to take 48 lightning damage and be electrified for 1 minute. Electrified target takes 1d8 lightning damage at the start of each of its turns, cannot take reactions, and cannot use both an action and a bonus action on the same
Exactly.
turn. And it makes a con saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on a success. And
Yep.
the duration is 1 minute, so yeah.
Yes. I'm
Oh,
gonna make
and
that,
even on a miss, it takes half damage and is not electrified. Nice.
Yep. Which is nice. But that said, I did roll a pretty good attack for a spell attack. That is a 22.
A 22 is certainly a hit.
48 lightning.
Yep. All right.
Cool, and he can't react, so you can move away.
Indeed.
Yep.
And then on subsequent turns, it's going to be easier for you to do stuff without it attacking you.
Yeah.
All right. So that initial lightning damage is going to be 11, 17. And
Here's where
then
we
I'm
find
gonna
out
use
it's immune to lightning.
I don't think it would
It
be,
is
but...
not immune to the lightning. It takes a
Yeah.
17.
And the fact that it's underwater, that doesn't do anything, actually, right?
Just looks cool.
No, I don't think in this case, no. But you reach out,
Fair
you
enough.
touch the thing, and you charge it up with this this lightning, and the thing becomes electrified.
Did anyone see that really old movie where like there's a squid on the sub and then they electrify the surface and the squid like lets go and they have to keep like electrifying it to make it like let go of their sub?
That
Wait,
also
is it
sounds like
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
20,000
20,000
Leagues
Leagues
Under
Under
the
the
Sea.
Sea.
Yeah, that sounds correct. Yeah.
That also happens in space with a giant claymated octopus in the music
Yeah.
video for "I Believe in a Thing Called Love" by The Darkness. Anyway, I boot scoot over to the left with the remainder of my half-speed movement, and it can't opportunity attack me.
There you go. Well done, Aygir. A brave and bold move, and quite the ingenuity of your Artificer scroll there.
Gonna need to
You have
breathe soon, though.
Hide the creature. We are now on to Walykos.
Okay, so I see the creature down there. I think I'm gonna. I'm looking at it. It can't be that dexterous. I'm gonna try Fairy Fire on it. That'll help Adriel out a lot and everyone just hitting it. So
Okay.
plus we don't know.
It's a
Maybe it
dexterity
can
saving
go
throw, and indeed, it does not appear to be very dexterous.
dex saving throw DC 16.
Failure.
Okay. So it's now glowing. You get advantage on attacks against it, and my concentration's on Fairy Fire. Can't go
Well
invisible. Yeah.
Well done. That would be.
That'd be my action.
Let's see. Well, do you move anywhere, Walykos?
I will. Let me move to. Vapor looks like he is really close to it. Yeah, let me move in to menace it, flanking with Vapor, just in case, to give it something else to focus on. And I will cast my cantrip with my bonus action to re-up Shillelagh. So it's, another minute. Probably didn't expire yet, but I'd rather just use the bonus action while I have it.
Sure. All right. So you keep your Shillelagh charged up with primal magic.
Yep.
And it's Vapor's turn now. Vapor, your good luck charm, Adriel, is not far away, and that brings relief to your beleaguered heart.
But bad things are going to happen to you if he gets too far.
Okay. God.
The good news
Man,
is
if
he's
it-
in the direction you want to get the hell out of there. And
Yes, but that's what I want. Not what I want to do. So,
Yep. Also, Esper, is that flanking with Vapor? Just to be sure.
It is.
Okay, good. I just wanted to be sure.
Give me a second. I think he's going to use a lightning bolt on it.
All right. Go ahead and roll it up. That's a lot of lightning power. Let's see how it does trying to withstand this.
Wait.
Unlimited power.
I just want to stipulate you're not aiming that towards me, you're aiming it away.
Yes.
Okay. Because I would be very upset if I get lightning bolted.
Okay, that's 8, so that's 4.
By the way, just a quick question: does Adriel know that vapor is affected by any kind of spell? I don't
Why
think
would
so,
you?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just making sure. Like,
No.
yeah.
Well, you probably see there's a strange glint in his eye, and he's looking at you in a way that he's never looked at you before.
He's trying to kill you, Adriel.
It's like he seemed desperate, and then when he saw that you were right there, relief came into his face.
Okay, you do need to make a dex save, Esper, for the creature.
Well, at least we know it sucks at dex saves.
It doesn't appear to be very dexterous. It's a little slow moving.
The giant like starfish creature isn't good at dex. What?
12, 18,
Who would have thought?
24, 26, 29. Okay. 29.
17 on dex save.
That should.
Yeah,
pass.
that's actually unfortunately going to succeed.
That'll do it.
Still half
Okay.
damage, right? Is it not half damage?
Yeah, it's half, so it'll
Yeah.
take 14 lightning.
That's still good.
It does seem to have some toughness to it, right? These
Yeah.
spells you're hitting it with are working, but it's not getting badly damaged just yet.
Not yet.
And that will bring us to Adriel if you're done there, Vapor.
He's going to move towards. I can't believe I'm saying this, towards Adriel.
Let's hope it has a really
Opportunity
good bonus action, so it can't do both attacks and bonus.
So is there an opportunity attack?
No, it can't take
No,
reactions.
It's currently deprived of reactions due to being electrified.
Oh,
It has like ripples of electricity running through it, and it's like all
Yeah,
dazzled and dazed.
I'm okay.
It-
So
it
when
got-
Vapor
it's
like,
like,
when Vapor starts like swimming close to me, like Adriel's just like kind of giving him this look like, what the hell? Like why are you looking at me that way?
He's moving.
Obviously I can't say anything because I'm underwater, but like I'm giving him this look like what?
Well, it is Adriel's turn, so you can turn that into some kind of action if you'd like, or maybe
No, I'm
maybe
gonna
not.
go for it. I'm gonna go for
You have
that. So
advantage
how
on
does-
your attacks.
Nice. So how does movement work underwater? Is it just half speed?
swim at
Unless you
half
have swim
speed.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 35. Can I get up to it with 35 movement? I think so.
Make an athletics check because you haven't actually done any swimming yet.
Oh, I have to do the athletic.
Yeah, the water is pretty still, so it's an easy DC.
All right, even with just light armor.
The light armor doesn't affect your swimming.
Okay. Nope, probably not 9.
All right, so Adriel, you kind of flounder in your space, and you don't really make any progress. That uses up your speed.
All right, can I bonus? Well,
Yeah, you still got your action and your bonus action.
I actually don't know what to do right now. Hold on, I gotta think.
Just attack it.
Well, I was, but I lost my movement.
Well, throw something at it. Don't you have a
I don't want to
ranged
lose
attack?
my weapon. I don't want to lose my weapons.
You could bonus action dash and try again.
Yeah.
Try to
but
get
then
up
I
there
can't
with your
get
short
away
sword.
from
Short
that.
sword should work good underwater.
Nah, then I can't get away from it though.
Well,
I'm just going.
No big deal.
don't be
No,
don't be a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just shoot it with a short bow.
Come on, you went after the Night Stalker solo. What could this thing have on the Night Stalker?
I'll shoot
Does
it with
like
a
8
short bow.
attacks on Adriel.
I guess I'll shoot it with my short bow with advantage.
Adriel goes from like full health to dead.
What's the advantage from?
The fairy fire, right?
Fairy fire.
The fairy fire. Okay. Though you have disadvantage for being underwater, so just even it out to a regular. roll.
Oh,
Would
short bows have
be-
disadvantage.
Oh wait, with a short bow? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I thought you were using your short sword.
Short sword would work fine underwater.
Yeah.
A short bow, I'll give disadvantage to.
Bows, yeah.
Bows underwater
probably-
don't work so well.
Yeah,
At probably half the range or something. I don't know. So your
I'm
advantage
gonna
and
do-
your disadvantage
I-
cancel each other out.
Damn. Not
you
being
still
able
get
to-
sneak because I'm next to it, but
Yeah. I'll just shoot it with a short bow since I can just look at the sneak attack.
Watch it move right next to you and just slap you anyways.
25 to hit.
Nice.
I just checked on underwater ranged attacks. You cannot attack beyond the normal range. You have disadvantage unless it's a crossbow, net, or a spear, javelin, etc. Okay,
look at my.
you're fine. You're not
I have
outside
80,
the normal
320,
range.
Yeah,
it's 80.
So I got a 25 to hit.
25 definitely will hit, though. Let me check something on sneak attack because I think if you have disadvantage, you don't get.
Oh, I don't have disadvantage.
You do because you're underwater.
Well,
you
no,
have
but I get
advantage and disadvantage simultaneously.
Yeah, but they cancel each other out, so I don't have either.
I think you're considered to have both advantage and disadvantage, but let me double check.
Oh, I thought that I thought that they cancel each other out.
You don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target's within 5 feet, and you don't have disadvantage. Okay, I'm going to use some Google foo here real quick.
Sure.
D&D, rogue, sneak attack, advantage, and disadvantage.
I remember reading something about it. I'm pretty sure they can't. Yeah, I'm reading
think
something
this did come up.
It says advantage and disadvantage cancel each other out, or cancel each other.
Sneak
regardless
attack
of the
doesn't
number.
work if you have disadvantage under any circumstance.
Well, yeah, but they cancel each other. So, like, I actually don't have disadvantage.
That is correct, Esper. They cancel out.
Yeah, I'll
you can't
send
have
link.
double disadvantage.
Just
like you can't have double advantage.
This is that's the link that I'm looking at. Oh, that was
I
a weird
feel like,
link.
yeah, that might be.
Also, he would get sneak attack. Yeah, well, yeah. I feel like
if circumstances cause a roll to have both advantage and disadvantage, you're considered to have neither of them. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So you sneak attack it.
Yep. That's 13 damage altogether. 7 on the sneak attack and 6 on the short bow.
All right.
Cool.
And then
I think you're ready for bearing with our rules. Look up there.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, sneak attack's weird sometimes. I will bonus action and try and move back to just to see if I can get a little bit more out of range.
All right, try it again.
All right, athletics, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm really bad at that. Nope, 7.
7. So you're not so good in the water. If it wasn't a stressful circumstance, it maybe wouldn't be such a big deal. But alas, you just flounder about and don't really get anywhere. That was Adriel.
Yep.
It is the starfish monster now.
Yep.
Aygir, give a D8 of lightning damage for your ongoing spell.
All right. I was hoping you asked that exact question. That is going to do 5 damage.
All right.
Nice.
5 more lightning. Makes a save at the end of its turn. Fairy fire doesn't really matter on its turn.
No.
It is going to attack.
Yep.
It's going to attack Walykos.
That's why I put myself there.
Yes. Okay. It's clawed arms. Oh my gosh, I forgot to read the description of the monster. What have I done?
What have you done?
I should have done this at the beginning. Here we go.
What have
Like something out of a mariner's nightmare. The giant starfish has thick arms that are each at least 4 feet in length and end in misshapen claws. The center of its mass has a rimmed orifice, and gray, pupilless eyes stare from various points along its body.
Zoom in on that beautiful artwork of something I'm sure from your new book.
Yes, this was done by Alexander Kostic. Friend of mine in Serbia who is a great artist and also working on his own RPG as we speak.
Very
it's funny. I recognized this. Well, I recognized the monster as soon as I saw it, but I also recognized the style and his
he's got
initials in there.
Nice. Yeah, he's got a distinct style. And the initials.
Roll to hit me.
Oh yeah, there they are. Okay. So it flails out with its arms. It can do 3 claw attacks. Enough for close enough to you for that.
Okay.
Here we go. There's a 27, a critical hit, and a 19.
Those will all hit, unfortunately. There's nothing much to be done.
Oof.
Oh my.
I mean, what I'm here for, to take the hits so you guys don't. I mean, ideally, Esper won't roll crits all night long, but sometimes he does.
You never know.
Right. So this is the piercing damage of the claw.
Yeah.
Claws. that great. 26 piercing. You are grappled.
Okay.
Grabbed up in the claws. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Just one?
We'll see how this goes. Go ahead and make your first one.
16.
Make a second one.
Okay. 14.
Okay. Well, you don't have to make them anymore.
Yeah.
There's some affliction coming off these claws.
Nothing immediate, but yeah.
Nothing immediate. It actually has a fourth attack. It protrudes out its part of its stomach. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Sure.
Esper's like, you'll be fine if you go in, Adriel.
I'm going to use my advantage on this. Let me go ahead.
Oh, yes.
Let's see. I'm definitely using my advantage on this.
Yeah, that's a smart
inspiration.
Inspiration, yep.
Does a 21 make it? I hope so.
It does. You take half damage.
All right,
that's good.
What's the half?
20 acid damage turns into 10.
I was about to say, if that was 20 halved, I would be dead if I took the full.
So a grotesque maneuver. It protrudes out from that orifice, part of its stomach, and these like powerful digestive juices burn you.
Yeah, I'm pretty fucked up, but what you gonna do?
It's gonna make a con save at the end of its turn against electrified.
Yep.
Aygir would be saying something to Walykos,
Nope.
but he can't speak
Just to
underwater.
confirm, that wasn't a bonus action or anything that took.
That was multi-attack, one action.
Understood.
It
The
fails
thing has
the
a
con
bunch
save.
of limbs. There's no way it doesn't have multi-attack.
I know. I'm just saying.
But yeah.
Fails the con save. The fairy fire's not a save, right?
Oh, I'll make my concentration.
Okay, you actually have to do it 3 times.
Yeah, I'll make 3 concentration checks.
All right.
Nat 20. Good. And 18. Yep, I'm good.
Aygir, you've seen this horror lay hold of Walykos and unleash some nasty attacks.
Yeah, it's basically tearing me apart from like 3 different claws.
Yeah. So how deep is the water where I am? Is it also 15 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Would I have enough movement to pop up to the surface, breathe, and then move over to where it is to attack it?
Maybe so. Make an athletics check.
All right. I'm not great at this, but we will find out how well I do on this. Woo! That was an unmodified roll, and I rolled a 19.
Okay. Aygir, you swim up, grab a breath, come back down, and land there. And that would be your movement.
All right, then I go ahead and attack it, and I'm at least level 5, so I have a second attack. So with my thunder weapons, I hit it 3 times.
Okay.
Well,
so again, we
5
have advantage and disadvantage canceling each other out.
Yep, they're all just normal rolls. So satisfying to roll 3 dice at once.
Hey, that's what I just did.
Okay, ooh, wow. All right, so one of them is going to be a... Actually, sorry, 2 of them are going to be a 23, and the other one is a total miss. It's a 10. 2 23s and a 10.
2
I rolled
hits.
2 15s for the 2. 2 hits, all right. Oh, okay, so that's going to be a total then of 15 thunder damage, and it now has disadvantage to attack anybody but me until
That's
the start of
good.
my next turn.
Hmm.
It's my
nice.
guardian mode of my.
I mean, that might not
Whoa.
matter if I don't get out of its grapple. We'll see.
That's true. You
You
are in the
you
grapple.
pummel the creature, and there's this rumbling sound from your fists connecting against it, and that seemed good, seemed effective. Again, it's a very tough and fleshy thing, almost
correct.
spongy. It's like absorbing your attacks. They are functioning. It's got a lot of hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. What's that, Walykos?
I completely. It's fine. I forgot to do it. It was a reaction I could have used when it did the acid damage to me. I could have absorbed elements, but it's too late now.
Okay.
I forgot.
Next time though.
Yeah.
Save your spell slot. Maybe you can use it for.
I'm at the point where 5 hit points matters. So.
Well, it is your turn, Walykos.
Cool. I'm gonna pummel it with my quarterstaff. I don't think I have disadvantage. I'm underwater, but I'm like right next to it. I'm just smacking.
The fairy fire cancels out the disadvantage.
So I do have
Just
disadvantage,
normal.
is what you're saying. Okay.
Oh no, you
normally would. The fairy fire gives you advantage that negates it.
Okay.
So you just have normal.
All right. I'll try and hit it then. 2 attacks. One attack misses. The other, I assume a 21 is going to hit.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm doing something that I forgot to do on the statue earlier, but using my feature, as I hit it, feathers of my cloak pull me away from it. They actually like swim through the water, and I am moved 5 feet horizontally in a direction of my choice, which will
nice. So you
break
get out
the
of the
grapple.
grapple.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It is not me moving. It is a effect that is moving me, which will break the grapple.
Sure. The feathers of the white raven pull you out of the horrid grasp of the starfish.
Takes
monstrosity.
10 magical bludgeoning damage, if that matters. And then I have a swim speed of 35 feet. So with my move action, I'm just gonna swim all the way back up the to the stairs back where Adriel is. So 35 feet. It has no reaction, so I could go diagonal. It doesn't really matter.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I like that. That's fine. Because I am in not a good health zone to be in melee with it.
Well done. Well done, Walykos. Vapor. We're looking at you
Vapor's going to pull out those 5 good berries and pass them over to Walykos.
I just don't have time to take them. So, I mean, if Esper allows me to, but
I mean, it would take an action to take them. So
yeah, I gotta kill. We gotta kill this thing
Okay,
before
never mind
good
then.
berry healing.
Vapor could use his object interaction to hand them over to Walykos.
But I don't think I have a free hand to take them. Is my point? Like I have my quarter.
Oh, you don't have a free hand. Okay.
And
Yeah,
can Walykos just like open his mouth as they float to him in the water?
just swallow water. and
Vapor can
berries.
spend an action and administer them or feed them.
You could do that.
take the good berries. Yeah.
But
Is it worth it?
No,
it's
it
up to
wouldn't
you. I would
No.
say
It's up to you, Vapor.
kill the thing faster.
Yeah, kill the thing first. So, I think it's time to start pulling out the meta magic with a quicken spell.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Get you 2 attacks.
Yep.
Or more.
So, give me a second. Let me figure out what I'm casting here.
Well, one has to be a cantrip, and the other.
Yep.
Yeah.
Has to. Yep.
Let me double check the spell because I think it's
Yeah, you
already
get-
affected by what I wanted to cast in that.
Yeah, you basically get like 1 normal spell and then one
You gonna Tasha's mind whip it or something?
Mind Sliver.
Okay, I mean, yeah,
Someday
Mind
I would-
Sliver is a good setup. Yeah.
I think that's a Magic the Gathering card, Mind Sliver.
Well, the slivers are a creature type.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mind
So
Sliver is like
Sliver,
a
yeah.
card.
So I'm gonna cast a
Let's be
nice
fair. A lot of D&D things have
Mind
You
Sliver on it.
pronounced that wrong. Slivers are the best creature type.
get out
They
of
were
here.
pretty damn good back in the day. There's some good newer ones too, but it's hard to beat the like
There's-
OG
I think they peaked around Time
acidic sliver,
Spiral.
wing sliver. I mean, come on.
We've gotten a we have like a there's a
Esper,
really
please make an
a really
intelligence
good
saving
new
throw.
Sliver.
Intelligence saving throw.
You want me to make it, or you want the starter?
You the
Well, I mean,
well, both
we don't want
maybe.
to see what your intelligence score is.
I am smarter than this star. I'll have you know.
Of
All right.
course you are.
Maybe I'll get lucky though and get both of you at the same time.
It rolled high, but its intelligence sucks.
Okay.
12.
Yes, it failed.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me 1 second. It's going to take 4 points of psychic damage.
Nice. And then it will take like a negative 1d4 to its next save, I think.
Yeah, 1d4 to its next save.
And now here's the
Ah.
follow-up spell.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the 1-2 combo sorcerer
Nice.
meta magic.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah. And this is where I'm trying to figure out.
I mean, Tasha's is a pretty good option.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is probably why like
but it's already affected by a Tasha's type spell with that.
No, it's not. It's
Fairy Fire.
Yeah, I guess.
Because it can't do a reaction. All I'm going to be able to give the choice is to do.
Well,
an
here's the
action.
thing: does Aygir go before it or not? Is it going to go before Aygir? Because if
Oh,
Aygir
it's
can
gonna
get
go
away,
before Aygir because I'm the last in the initiative.
if only Aygir was not directly next to it, then it would have to move or attack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Aygir will be fine.
It's up to you. I mean, you know it has a sucky int save though. Or lightning bolt it and
Yeah,
just
I'm
give it
thinking
a
I'm going
minus.
to voltage to try to get that maximum amount of damage down on it.
Just
Yep.
multi-class into Warlock and meta magic into an Eldritch Blast. Easy.
So, with one hand, you crush its mind.
You know,
and
just
the
just
other, you
easily make a
lightning.
pact with a warlock patron and completely change the trajectory of your life.
Just become
Yeah,
a
no
become
big-
a
no
pa-
big deal.
become a
No big
make
deal.
this thing your patron and then murder it and take all of its power. Like
Yeah, so we're going to lightning
Cheesecake.
bolt the darn thing.
All right, lightning bolt.
Ooh, all right.
Can he angle it so it doesn't hit Aygir? Is that cool?
Yeah, just be straight horizontally to the right.
Just wanted to make sure that it wasn't gonna accidentally.
This might be better, might be worse.
Well, roll a d4 to see how much it subtracts from its saving throw.
Oh, that's right. I need to roll that d4.
Because it might matter. Esper might have rolled well.
I just rolled really high.
Well, take a -2 to it.
Okay.
Esper with the
How
with the
much,
good
Esper?
rolls.
16.
Damn it, still succeeded.
Yeah, that's,
Ah,
I mean, if you'd rolled a little
I
better
rolled a
on
nat
that
19.
D4, yeah. The D4
Esper's
could have
throwing
decided.
well. Esper's throwing well today.
Still, half damage.
Yeah. Yeah, this monster's rolling good. The fire spitter and the
So
other
it's going to
crab
take
thing didn't do good.
15 points of damage, halved already.
15.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah, that is
that's
pretty
still a
good.
hit.
Yeah, you can noticeably see that this creature is getting pretty worn down now. It's wounded. It looks like it's, kind of, I don't know, pulsating to some degree. It's pretty gross.
Cool.
That was Vapor. Good. Actually, that was pretty damn good, Vapor. It's Adriel's turn.
I will do the same thing I did last time. Just to go for my short
Shoot.
bow, so normal attack. And I'll have
Yep.
sneak attack because Aygir's next to it. Yeah, assuming I hit.
I mean, yeah.
23 to hit.
You fire an arrow through the water and strike the monstrosity, or
All
to
right,
be
6
precise, the aberration.
Dude, 16 damage altogether. 8 on the bow and 8 on the sneak attack.
The arrow drives deep into the central cavity of the creature, and it is slain.
Oh, I
Thus-
did it? Oh boy.
Yes, you've killed it. Exactly like I called it. The party takes their turn. They unload on the monster. It gets one
Yeah.
pitiful turn, and then the party unloads again and kill the thing.
But that one pitiful turn almost killed Walykos.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
about
actually, it
to
wasn't
say-
that pitiful of a turn. It could have been worse.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say,
It could have
Esper,
been. It could have been
you-
like paralyzed or something. So
you did from full health me down to 16.
Yeah, it was pretty.
the
It's pretty brutal.
creature is no more. It just disappears as though as quickly as it was summoned.
What about the
it is-
water?
It is gone. The water, I can tell you.
Maybe it was generating it. Yeah, might go away.
Well, we'll see.
The water is still there. At least immediately, there's no visible change to the water.
All right. I swim up to the surface and cast my last first level slot on Goodberry to heal myself.
Do you take the
10.
good berries from Vapor as well?
Oh yeah, I'll take those two if he's gonna.
Yeah,
not need
Vapor
them.
will hand him over.
All right. Heal him another 5, and
You all have accrued 1.5 milestones.
I'm level 6.
nice. When you rest, you're level 6.
No now. I gain all of my hit points back.
Adriel's eyes start glowing.
Can we have a
back.
magical explosion of energy off of you when you do that?
It's like in Skyrim where like you're fighting something and you're about to die, but you level up and you're like,
down.
yes, everything is back.
Oh gosh.
Then you take an arrow to the
No,
knee.
you do it like Star Wars: The Knights of the Old Republic, where you hold on to those level ups. So
You
when
can
you're
do the
not-
same thing in Skyrim.
well, no, see in Skyrim when you level up, if you can't hold on to them when you go to the level up page,
You can
you
hold
have
on
to
to them in
spend
Skyrim.
all of them. But with Knights of the Old Republic, you can spend them one at a time.
So yeah, how about we don't
So,
look at
in
the
a-
rock?
In an RPG that's not ridiculous, we do serious things here, like fight aberration giant starfish.
I'm like treading the water here, and I'm shouting it like towards you guys, like, don't press the buttons, don't touch the rock.
Oh, you
Like,
can't shout. You're underwater.
I said I'm treading water. I'm
You're
I'm swimming.
Oh,
yeah, I'm
that's right,
swimming
you're
at
right.
the
I
top.
remember.
Yeah.
You're right. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I mean, Adriel's gonna like get out of the water. Like he's gonna go to the back, like up
Yeah.
the stairs, like out of the water.
As Walykos says that, Aygir bobs up to the surface with his visor raised and spits a spout of water in his general direction. And then he'll also swim over to the out of the water by the stairs.
Yeah. Let's all get out of the water.
If that
You
doesn't
notice
drain,
the water level is slowly receding.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Just
Why
dry
don't we
ourselves off.
wait? Yeah.
Does anyone have a camp? Anyone have some fire magic? I'm looking at like vapor
Oh,
and
Actually,
Aygir, like to
so-
dry us off.
well, so it's funny you should mention that
There's lava
because
right next to it.
because
I pour out water from my quiver. Like,
I believe that
Vapor starts casting prestidigitation on himself, drying him.
yeah. I
oh,
think
would you do
magic-
it for me too? You love me right now.
That's not what he said. He doesn't love you.
I know.
It's
magical
more like a
tinkering, right?
compulsion where he
Yeah.
sees you as the source of his good fortune, and he will
Yeah,
have ill fortune if you are out of sight or far from him.
The best way I think to think of it is almost like obsessive sort of compulsion, where basically you have to stay near him, and
Is there no saves going down the line for that? That Esper?
you'll find out right now. Just role play it.
Not immediately.
Now, did we want to potentially take a short rest here?
Yeah, we could. I'll be
Just- I
honest.
mean,
Like, I don't think I need it.
I
but
could
if
definitely use
people-
it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's a good idea.
because we're in the safest place we've been now, given that there are things preventing creatures from sneaking up on us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's a good idea because I've used all my first level slots that I have for, healing. I still have some second level slots, but not much, and I might want to save those for, tricks that we need.
Walykos.
yeah.
You're not
Sorry,
feeling
you-
very well.
Yeah, okay.
Your skin has this itching, almost a burning itch to it. And you see that your skin is starting to break out in these nodules,
Mhm.
just patches of nodules popping up, these bumps all over your skin.
Walykos, perhaps we should.
You
take a
currently
rest.
have
You don't look very
disadvantage
good.
on all ability checks, saving throws, and attacks that involve dexterity.
Wow.
Guess
That's
what
actually
my
pretty-
attacks don't use? Dexterity.
Oh!
That's good to know. No, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's like
And
that's
this-
like worse than exhaustion.
This is like a magic disease or something, or some sort of disease. I don't have a spell to fix that. So can medicine be used to fix? I am trained with medicine. Let's see.
I don't think medicine could fix like a curse type ability, but if it's like a natural,
I mean,
then it
it's a
might.
disease or something. So let's see.
If it's a
Seems
natural
to be a
disease, yeah.
I'm looking. Let's see. Medicine 5e check.
So I can tell you this. In the rules as written, there's nothing about that with the medicine skill. But here's
Really?
what I would do
Okay.
as a dungeon master. It's something like a disease. Obviously, is not like let's pull out the medicine kit and wrap you up and make one check and you're better in 6 seconds from a disease.
Yeah.
It'd be more like during a long rest or a extended role playing scene, someone would be taking care of you, and I'd have them make their medicine check against a DC to see if they can cure you of the disease.
Well, maybe it's time that we just camp down here because I'm not going ahead in this condition. You can see me like starting to bump up and like start shivering and like I go against the wall nearby.
Yeah, no, when that happens, like I'll look to the rest of our and say, and like Adriel will say, I think we should take more of an extended rest. And I'll walk over to Walykos and just sort of help him in any way I can. Like I know I can't act, but like comfort him essentially, like give him like waters, like make sure he's doing well. Like Adriel is like, no, we're resting now. Like he's not going until Walykos is good to go.
So Aygir is in the middle of one by one removing and dumping and wringing out various parts of his armor and putting them back on. He says, well, now that the fire dragon is no longer spitting, could we not at least make it back out of here?
It reset the darkness the last time we came. I think it's going to reset. It's
can you
we know what turns it off.
Can you scroll up a bit in the dungeon, Esper?
We'll be fine. I can create good berries, so you guys will be fine on hunger.
Yeah, I think
we can just rest here. About that it's just
going back. Do you really want to? Yeah. Look, we've destroyed the monster.
Yeah, Adriel's gonna say, I think this is not a terrible place to rest at the moment, and if something comes, we can fight it off. And nothing's going to come behind us, I doubt. We've explored all of that.
Yeah. Well, I suppose. I'll be back in a moment, and Aygir walks over to nearer the lava and just uses the heat to help dry more various components of his armor and bits of clothing and things before putting them back on.
Now you're hot and wet.
No, it dries it off a little bit. It's hot and more or less
humid. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, honestly,
it seems like we're settling down for like a long rest here.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to, and I will use that opportunity to create some good berries with a second level slot. If we are all in agreement.
I mean, given that it means I can level up, yeah.
I also get to level up as well.
Yeah, 2 of you will get to level up. I think that's worthy of it. We are getting closer to the end of the session.
So. 2 people get to level up, and you'll get to potentially get rid of the disease. Like it's a good time to do a long rest.
I will medicine take care of myself, so I will rest and try to like.
You'll have a chance
to. Yeah.
I would assist on it, but unfortunately, I have 0 medicine, so I'd probably just make it worse.
I'm trained in medicine, so I'm pretty good.
In terms of role play, I would be helping, but like. Not in mechanical stuff.
You're useless. Get away from me.
You all just remain right where you are?
Oh, can I sneak up on Aygir and push him? No.
I mean, he's gone back from near the lava. I think we're all just...
You do realize that Vapor will be near enough to watch you the whole time.
Yeah.
True, he's watching. For some reason, Vapor is just watching everything you do.
Yeah, actually, this is a good.
Out of the corner of the eye, Vapor has Adriel in sight.
Yeah, this is a good role play. So, like, as I'm like kind of like with Walykos and helping, and like, Vapor's just like I'm gonna like look up kind of angry and like, Vapor, can you stop staring at me?
Vapor stops looking straight at him. He's always got, but he has Adriel in the corner of his eye. Line of sight.
I say, Vapor, I really would prefer you not to be next to me right now during our rest.
Vapor, I would move out of the way then. Yeah.
Okay.
He's still
Though, out of
watching
curiosity, would Vapor recognize a sudden change in himself?
Yes.
Could I roll?
Yes. Now it really is like a madness effect. So you're not going to be very lucid about it. You're not going to
rationalize. Yeah.
Suddenly I've had this strange compulsion and kind of bracket that out. It's kind of taken possession of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You'll rationalize why you're doing it however you can. You're not going to be like, I'm under a compulsion effect.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you have this terrible feeling that if Adriel gets away from you, something very bad's going to happen to you. Even if you don't necessarily like Adriel more, in the sense like you're not charmed with him or anything.
Yeah, you don't have to pretend to like him. You just have to stay close to him.
Yeah, if Walykos is like once I make sure that Walykos is doing all right, I'd probably I don't know what or he's gonna do. I'm gonna kind of walk over to the stair area and kind of like start wringing my clothes out. I don't want to get water, like tons of water, where we're gonna be camping. So I'm gonna like wring it out, kind of where all the water originally was, just to keep our campsite a little clean.
Makes sense.
And just like, getting my weapons out, like making sure everything is like as dry as possible during the long rest. Like I'd probably help set up a campfire for us so that we can like dry ourselves. I mean, we don't want to be wet. So
Yeah, I have a healer's kit if that matters, Esper. Just to represent that I have some stuff to use.
Yeah,
my medicine
one would
skillet.
need a healer's kit to do this medicine treatment.
Yep.
There is one thing that I forgot to mention because we got kind of caught up in the start of that fight. But two of you did actually inspect that stone. It was Aygir and Vapor that had looked at the stone.
Yeah.
So you guys can go ahead and whatever. I know this is a little bit of retroactive, but it doesn't matter. You can both make a skill check. Could be, investigation. It could be arcana, whatever your persuasion is. Your, whatever
Would've been
you
an
think you
Arcana
would.
check.
while this is happening, quick question: are we gonna get our long rest, or should we wait to roll hit
That's what
dice
we
and stuff?
said, right?
Well, I'm curious, like if it's.
I
because, like,
am not
I
saying
think that-
anything. I'm just gonna
Okay.
tell you
Just
guys what happens in response to the things you do.
wait. So until he
19
says yes,
Or
just
on the
wait.
Arcana check for the standard.
How much
stuff.
was it?
19.
Okay. So, again, this got a little bit interrupted as the water and the starfish monster came out, but there is something magically treated with the stone. You don't think this is a completely it's not just a completely natural rock formation. It's been tampered and tinkered with. And you do notice that on the No, that's it. That's all I can say. Aygir, did you want to do a check? You're on mute.
Sorry, I checked for what?
Well, your character had inspected the standing stone, and
Yes.
in the rush
Oh,
of the
okay.
effects that happened, I
see.
neglected to actually let you guys make your inspection check if
Okay.
you wanted to do investigation, arcana,
Sure.
whatever, religion, freaking
Yeah.
athletics to climb it, whatever you wanted to do with it.
I think investigation makes the most sense for this. Actually,
Okay.
No, you know what? They're the same anyway. So we'll do Arcana.
Are you more interested in
different.
searching it and inspecting it, or are you more interested in thinking about it and applying knowledge to it?
Yeah, he wants to try and find some meaning and actually, because he's not physically looking at it right now. So yeah, Arcana will be the one. Okay. Ooh, nice. That is going to be a 21.
Okay. So you not only know what Vapor knows and that someone has constructed this, but there's a couple of things I can tell you. There is something distinctly dwarven about the way that the stone has been cut. And it's rather unorthodox. It's not in any actual dwarven pattern or dwarven rune, but you can tell by the way that it's been cut, by the tools that were used on it. You're sure that dwarves worked on this. You don't think that giants or elves did this. But again, it's not usual that dwarves would make something like this. So maybe they were tasked or commanded or threatened under duress to make it. The rock itself, well, it's a strange rock. You don't think it's a rock from anywhere around here. You're not sure where it's from, but it does not seem to be a rock from Haven Isle. You think that the effects happen when somebody goes up and inspects the thing. You also think it would happen if somebody touched the stone.
Okay.
You also think it would trigger if somebody took a hostile action against the stone. So you're pretty certain that thing is still active.
Right,
Like
but we can also
it will
walk
happen
past
again.
it
It will summon
safely.
out another one of those monsters, or maybe some other horror. It may not be the
Right.
same one.
But we can walk
But
past it
if you
safely,
keep your
though.
distance,
Yeah.
you should be okay.
All right.
You also get the inkling that there's something more to this stone. You think it has some other purpose beyond simply summoning guardian creatures, beyond being like a deterrent or a threat in this gauntlet. You just get this hunch. There's something more to this stone.
Interesting.
It's a tall thing, quite tall. It stands, gosh, I think it stands a total of 20 feet high. It's very high. So yeah, it's something like roughly 20 feet tall.
Oh, yeah, his curiosity often gets the better of him, but this particular time he's already learned a lesson about that, so he's probably just gonna advocate for us.
Can you leave it alone for now? Okay.
Yeah.
So you tell your allies. Oh, you don't have to, but in your mind, you at least know this. If you touch it, if you try to tamper with it, like do something hostile, or if you go up and inspect it real close by, it's going to trigger again. But as long as you keep a few yards of distance from it, then you don't think it's going to go off again. All right, gang. What's the plan now?
Long rest.
I think we're just doing our long rest. Yep. Did
Right
get the
What do I
long
need
rest.
to roll to recover?
Please stand by.
I also have 2 castings of Goodberry for you guys if anyone's injured. And each of you should eat at least 1 Goodberry, so you're good on water and food, I guess.
How many hit points does it heal?
1.
1 per berry, and I create 10 berries per casting.
Oh, okay. Are you just giving 1 to each of us?
I mean, tell me how many you need. Just there's 20 berries.
I would just need 7 to get me back to max.
Take 7 berries. I've got 13 berries left. Who needs 13 berries?
I appreciate it.
Yep. Don't forget, when you long rest, you can spend hit dice, and you'll get hit dice back after the long rest completes.
Oh, true.
So,
I mean, okay, then I might just do that. Then that'd be a better idea, unless
it's fine.
so that we can save the. So we can save.
Yeah,
the,
I mean, I'll cast the berries, and they will last for 24 hours.
Yeah,
so even after
I'll
we
just,
rest.
Yeah, I
we'll-
forget that
we'll
I
have
can
them.
use hit dice. I can use the hit dice, and then I just get them back because it's a long rest. So.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, am I hearing that Vapor's holding on, or Walykos holding on to the 20 that he just
20
made?
good berries. Yeah.
Okay,
So
and
I
then
cast
Vapor
it.
still has 5.
And these 20.
No, Vapor gave those
Vapor
5
gave
to
me the
Walykos.
5 to me, and I used them.
You did
So we
use
have
them.
20. Yeah, so we have 20 right now.
Okay, so Walykos has 20 fresh ones.
Yep. And they
Um,
will last until tomorrow, at this time. So we'll still have them while we're adventuring tomorrow for a while.
Nice.
Yep.
So you all decide this is a place to take a rest. We're getting kind of beat down. Walykos is looking strange. He's not looking so good. And Vapor's acting weird. You all have completed a short rest. So if there's anything you want to do with spending hit dice, feel free to do so.
Yeah,
I will spend hit dice to get myself back to full. I spend 3 hit dice.
Oh, okay. Just 1 hit dice gets me back to full.
I already rolled, so it took me 3 to get back to full.
I only took like 1 hit from the fire, or 2 hits from the fire thing. So 1 hit dice got me back.
It's all good.
Okay. Nobody else? Aygir, Vapor, no need to spend hit dice?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm lucky enough that I only got hit twice by the fire trap for like pitiful damage that didn't even go through my temporary hit points.
And Vapor
There you go.
regains hit points thanks to the troll's blood.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
Vapor almost never needs to use hit dice.
Everybody make a perception check.
Actually, pretty good at those. Ooh, unnatural 20.
Unfortunately,
remember
thanks to
that
this new
curse.
curse, Vapor is only focused on Adriel.
Do you
I do
remember
have
that?
I do have disadvantage on this. But even with disadvantage, Esper, I got a 24.
What's the disadvantage from?
It's an ability check.
curse,
The
curse
disease.
that you-
It's just
Or is that only
dexterity.
dex? Oh,
Yeah.
well then.
It's just dexterity checks and attacks and saves.
Well, then I can't know which one of those would have been. So I'm just going to re-roll.
Okay. Just
You're
reroll.
going to 13.
Hey, I got a 28.
Walykos is the only one who succeeded.
Even with
So,
I didn't succeed with an unnatural 20.
you did not. That was a good roll,
wow.
though. Yeah. So what's going to happen is I'm going to run around here. That's just Walykos and the things. There are two creatures that you hear, Walykos, and you notice them once they've come up the steps a little ways.
Okay. So they're hiding and show me.
Did that not come through? Oh my gosh, I'm on the wrong. Okay, I got one of them to come through. All right. Walykos, go ahead and roll your initiative.
Sure. Initiative is a dexterity abilities check.
So that would be disadvantage. That's
That
true.
would be
Yep.
Just making sure. Wow, double ones on the disadvantage, which is fine. I mean, 1-1 would have been worse enough, but at least I don't feel bad because it's
Yeah. Yeah, disadvantage just if you get the one.
4 total. Esper.
4. Okay.
Yep.
Creatures have beat your 4. With a beat.
Now, Esper, I hate to say it, we are at the 3-hour mark. And this seems like
that's
it's gonna
true.
be,
Yes, that is
like
true.
I get that there's a combat and you got this cool thing, but wouldn't it be better if we save it and then we pick up with it?
Yeah, I think it
yeah.
would be. Okay. Good job keeping your eye on the clock there.
Yeah.
So
Otherwise,
I'm
I know
making
we'll get like 5 turns in and be like, oh man, it's super late.
Yep. So we'll end there on a little bit of a cliffhanger, and it'll give us a little something to look forward to, some action at the beginning of the next session.
Starting on some
as
combat.
there are two sort of worm-like constructs slowly slinking up the stairs, and only Walykos noticed them.
You know, I even thought like maybe I should choose Construct as a favorite enemy because Esper just has nothing but constructs in this dungeon. But no, I had to go with monsters.
Starfish would a construct.
To be fair, though, I mean, like, that's just this dungeon. Another dungeon might have more monstrosities, or
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Anyways,
there's oozes and fungus in the caves.
Yeah, no monstrosities this campaign. There'll never be a monstrosity.
Wow, has there been?
Wait,
any
didn't we just fought a we just fought a monstrosity.
No, we didn't.
It's an aberration.
Starfish.
Aberration.
Oh, it's an aberration. Oh, I see.
Trust me.
Walykos has an aberration disease. Wait till you see the next phase.
Well, I'll be cured before then, Esper. It'll be fine. Yeah, so
I guess that will be the end of this session for now. We'll put things on pause. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and thank you guys for playing. And I look forward to the next one.
Indeed.
Thanks for running the game, Esper. We
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Always fun. Yeah.
All right. Until next